What up, y'all? Hopefully y'all can hear me. What's good? Like the live, share the live, y'all. And let's have this conversation. Come on in, like the live, share the live, y'all. Share the live, do the heart me for the day. Let's get some people in here. Let's have this conversation, y'all. Yeah, this is my backup account, so it's kind of like this is a lot. I don't get a lot of traffic like I would on my primary account. So yeah, but we still gonna have these conversations. I get my live access back tomorrow on my main account, so we will be back. And the crazy part, they didn't even let me appeal my violation or whatever. They didn't even let me appeal it. It was the app was still glitching, so I didn't even have the opportunity to appeal. So yeah, we're on here. But come on in, y'all. Like the live, share the live out. Let's have this conversation. Okay. I don't know why these people want us to be next. Uh, they really want us to be next, and that's something that I can't ever forget. You know. So yeah, I want to have this conversation with some of these people. I want to debunk all the BS they saying, all the fear mongering that they're trying to do, because we know we can't be deported.
What's up? Yeah. You say why are misinformed melanated immigrants saying why you're next on being sent away? It's because nothing's impossible, bro. Shit can change.
Where you from? Hold on, man. Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Too late. You muted me. I'm out of here, fucker.
Okay. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Roll out. I got a phone call, so I didn't hear anything you said. You're live, okay. Oh, goddamn it. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I didn't even hear it. Last thing I heard was he said anything can change. Well, no, there's nothing that could change that would have us be deported. We are Americans, and I don't know why y'all don't understand that. I don't think some people are being rude. Some are saying what they think is going on. Just be careful, I guess you were trying to say. I don't really care about what they're saying because it's nowhere in the world that a black American can ever be deported. It's just not possible. Okay? We are Americans. And I just don't know what part of that y'all don't understand. I wish I had my other phone so I could play that clip of that comedian. I think he was a Chinese comedian, basically saying that they chasing everybody but black Americans and that they should get us. But that the reality is they can't. It's just not going to happen. So even if they detain a black American, we're still not going to be deported or arrested or none of that. It's being detained is not being arrested. So I don't know what y'all people talking about. Y'all are misinformed and y'all just coming to the realization that black Americans are Americans. And I know that that grinds y'all gears. Y'all hate it. I mean, y'all dislike it. I shouldn't say the H word, but y'all dislike that. Y'all would love for us to be next. Too bad that won't ever happen. Let me see this person. If you disagree, come on up. We can have a conversation. But it's no fear mongering in the world that's gonna make us think that we can be next. And those are just the facts. So if you disagree, come on up and we can have a back and forth about it. Like the live, share the live, do the heart me at the top. Click that orange heart and let's get this conversation going. But I think a lot of y'all know now. All that shit that y'all was saying, we gonna be next. It's starting to really die out, but it's still a lot of y'all saying it. But I want y'all to really understand this. Black Americans cannot be deported, but you can. You can be deported. Right the fuck up out of here. That girl that did that BOMB threat, yeah, she gotta go. So it's gonna get real. And y'all some emotional people, so y'all can't help but get online and make a terroristic threat, which is just crazy. Especially since Black American History Month had absolutely nothing to do with someone from Sierra Leone. So yeah, it's just so come on up, y'all. Like the live, share the live, do the daily heart me. I would appreciate it. If you can, please share the live. I only see 2 shares, so if you can, please share the live. It would really be appreciated. Let's get some more people in here and have this conversation. Shout out to everybody that's coming in, that's liking the live and sharing it. I appreciate y'all. And let's end this conversation because for some reason these people think that we can be next. Like I heard somebody on a live yesterday say, them detention centers that they building, yeah, yeah, y'all gonna be put up in them. And it's like, huh? Like what the fuck are y'all talking about? So it's fear mongering at its best. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate the shares. Yes, yes, come on in. And I want to have a balanced conversation. I prefer not to argue with people, but you know, as y'all see, these people come in here triggered every day. They come in here just wanting to yell and troll. And so they're putting regular white Americans and Native Americans in those centers too, by the way. But that's okay. You said what? Hmm. Are they? Hold on. You could come up and explain that, man. They are putting regular YT Americans and Native Americans in those centers. I doubt it. I doubt it. All right. First and foremost, where you from? What's your ethnicity? And if you're a troll, I'm just gonna drop you. So don't even waste your time.
South Carolina and black.
Um, do you have an immigrant background?
Yes.
Okay.
West
What's your?
Africa.
You said West Africa.
Yep.
Okay. Where specifically?
Nigeria.
Okay. So why did you say you black?
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me right now?
How? How am I kidding you? Nigerians aren't black.
What are we?
Nigerian, or what tribe are you a part of?
I mean, I'm kind of mixed.
What you mean?
Cherokee and Nigerian.
Cherokee and Nigerian? Get the fuck out of here.
Do you know what Cherokee is?
Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit you talking, sir. You Cherokee to Nigerian. That is fucking nuts. That is fucking hilarious.
Do you
But
have you ever been to South Carolina? Do you know?
hold on, hold on, man, hold on. Lobo, where you from? What's your ethnicity? Lobo.
Oh my God. Hi. Great to see you here.
Hi, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
I'm from Venezuela. It's so great to be here. I love these kind of topics because I think that all communities, especially Black Americans, have struggled a lot. And even though I'm not Black, I feel so much identified with your stories.
How so? I said, how so? You said you identify with our story. How?
Yes, I identify with your story because I know all the battles that you're going through to have freedom right now, even though it is you don't have fully like people still hate black people in America.
Hold on. Say dislike.
And
Don't say the H word. Say dislike, please.
okay, dislike black people in America, and I think it's a real struggle that we haven't stopped, and I would love to see a real change.
Now you said we. Who? When you say we, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we as a community, as citizens of the world.
Okay. All right. What's your thoughts on the prompt?
Oh, I think okay. I just joined the live, but I think you're talking about like deportation and things like that.
Yeah. Can you read the prompt?
Yes. Like, why are misinformed militants immigrants saying Black Americans are next? We are Americans. We cannot be deported. Everyone is next where you are. I think there's, of course, some sort of misinformation about this because, and also, there's so much ignorance into that topic because I think we're all Americans and we should not be deported just because our skin color. And that's crazy, to be honest. So that's what I think.
Okay. All right.
Oh boy. How you doing?
What's up, Miss Cheryl?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm all right. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Thank you.
Happy
Same to you.
Valentine's Day.
um, it has nothing to do with skin color. It's basically your ethnicity. Black Americans and some YT Americans, some are from this land. Okay, we're the beginning of this land. We cannot be deported. Anybody else can be a United States citizen. If you're illegal, you can get deported. If you're a United States citizen, if they find out that you retained your citizenship in any illegal type of way, or if you break the law in any kind of way,
Of
your
course.
citizenship can be taken away from you.
Yes, but that's a different thing.
But that has nothing to do with skin color. That's why I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
It has nothing to do with your skin color.
Okay. Baby, baby
Yeah.
wolf. Okay, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
I am black and I'm from Texas.
Do you have an immigrant background?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. Why?
I don't. You didn't sound too sure of it when you said what you said.
Nah, I know my history.
All
I'm
right, where
sure.
your people
But
from? Where your people from?
Texas,
Okay, where specifically?
Houston. Well, my mom's from Dallas, but
How far back can you trace your lineage?
I'm very far back. Every grandparent that I've known
I mean,
is
what approximately what year? Just give me an
well, I can't tell
estimate.
you the exact year. Like I can't tell you. I don't know.
Uh, these tethers are crazy.
Okay.
I personally don't think she's a tether. I just think she's very, very, very young.
I'm 19 years old.
Oh,
Uh, I don't know. I'm getting
But
tether vibes.
I just want to know I just want to talk about the prompt.
Because she does to me sound East African specifically, but she don't like nobody native to Texas. I just moved to Texas, and my
Right.
my ex wife is from San Antonio, and I live in San Antonio now. She don't sound like nobody
Sorry, I
from
don't
this.
sound like a cowboy, bro. Like I don't know what you want me to say. Like what?
No, people from
How
Texas
are you
don't sound
gonna
like
tell me what
cowboys.
I am? I
Cowboy
told you
culture,
ask me a question. I
ma'am.
answered your question, and
Cowboy
you're gonna tell me that
culture isn't
I'm
exclusive to
not what I
Texas,
am.
though.
Like what are you talking
Hey,
about?
Cowboy culture isn't Texas culture, though. So you wouldn't have to sound like a cowboy to be, you know.
Well, it depends where you're at. Like what are you talking about? So
You're from Houston, Texas.
right, yeah. Houston is
So you
not a
don't.
cowboy place. Like obviously, I'm not gonna sound like a
But
cowboy.
listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I go to Houston every other week. I live in San Antonio. It's only three
Okay, and I
hours
live
away.
here. So what?
And she don't sound like no native person I've ever met. I'm not saying you're not from Houston. I'm just saying people have a knack for being able to hear. As a person who speaks four languages, I can understand dialects. I can understand,
What languages do you speak?
speak Portuguese, English, Spanish, and French.
Okay. Maybe you got me mixed up or some shit. I don't care.
Nah, I'm not. I'm just saying you just don't sound like nobody from Houston. And no disrespect. Now I'll be quiet.
All
Right.
right.
I was just
Well,
gonna say I
you
agree with the
are a
prompt. That's
suspected.
literally it,
You're a
bro. That's
suspected
literally it.
tether, but you can go ahead and speak to the prompt. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree with the prompt.
Okay. All right. Left slider. What's your thoughts on the prompt, bro?
Name is Left Side of Yarid from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm 31 years old and I'm an ethnic Black American. Why are misinformed melanated immigrants saying Black Americans are next? Because they want us to be next, right? So they want us to be next in the sense of receiving the same kind of abuse they're receiving from that specific government agency. I don't believe that they're saying we're next in the sense we're going to be deported. They just want us to. They just want to see us to be abused. That's all it is. That's all it is. Why American? We are Americans. We can't be deported ever. We don't. We won't ever be next, but you are. That's a factual statement. And the thing is like anybody who would come up here and not acknowledge these truths, it just shows the agenda. What I just don't like is the fact that people are sitting here insulting our intelligence like we don't know the reality. We don't know who we are. It's just ridiculous.
Okay. Yes, sir. I agree with that. All right. We're gonna go
It's
with the
like they're
new.
trying to erase a history that cannot be erased.
Right. Okay. Let me get to Eddie, and then we're gonna go to Dino, and then we'll open the panel. Eddie, where you from? What's your ethnicity? Eddie, let me send you a mic. Okay, I just sent you a mic. Okay, unmute
Okay,
yourself,
I'm
sir.
so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. No
Yep.
problem.
I'm from
Where you
Pine Bluff.
from? What's your ethnicity?
Okay, yep.
What?
I'm Black African American. Uh, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. By way of that, and live in Michigan now.
Okay. What's your
Hmm.
thoughts on the prompt?
There ain't no thoughts. You talking about facts? Um, these people saying that because they basically what they saying. Don't treat us like the African Americans. That's basically what's going on. And they feel that it's not supposed to happen to them. So what they doing is called projecting or throwing stones at us, and they're gonna try to force it, make it happen. Whenever they can make that opportunity rise, they're gonna try to make it happen. And you best believe that because we not stupid. We tired. We did so much marching and getting whooped and fight. We tired. We can't. Shit, we got to have a break, and these breaks ain't no 30-minute breaks. We need a 35 to 60-year break. And I land.
Okay, cool. Dino, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Hi, I live in America. I'm originally from Africa. And ethnic wise, I don't know, I'm black guy, I guess.
All right, hold on. What country are you from in
Ethiopia,
Africa?
originally in Ethiopia.
Ethiopian. You're not black, so I don't
I
even
am
know why
black.
you said that.
I am
No,
black.
you're Ethiopian. You're Ethiopian.
If you say I'm not African, I mean I'm from black from this country, I agree with you.
You're not black at all. You're Ethiopian. That's
So
what you
Ethiopia is
are.
not. So Ethiopia is not in Africa.
So what? He's black and Africa are not synonymous. I don't know why you think that.
So are you Indian?
You said what?
Are you an Indian?
No, I'm a black American.
Okay, so if I tell you I am a black person from Africa, you need to accept that, is it?
No, I tell you that you are Ethiopian, and that's it.
Ethiopian are
You're not
black
black.
people. We are
No, they're
black
not.
people.
No,
Okay
they're
then.
not.
You're
Sure,
gonna have to
No,
sure.
relax,
they
Can I
brother.
are
ask you a
This is
not.
question?
white
Can I
supremacy
ask Dino a
2.0 right
question?
here.
And I would love to
Dino,
know
what is
how do
the
you
Hold on real
Hello,
quick,
hello. We
Lobo.
don't
Hold on,
want a
Lobo.
free for all. There's an order here. He's talking to Dino.
You're like
Everybody else
YT
mute up.
2.0 right
Everybody
here.
else mute up or get dropped because I ain't playing with you today. So, Dino, I have a question. The only people on the continent that I'm aware of, right, that would identify as black are the South Africans. They pretty much have a racial caste system over there, but everybody else goes by their tribes. Is there a tribe called black, or what am I missing? Fill us in. Queen, please mute up. I'm talking to Dino.
Yeah, stay on mute or you will be dropped.
So what I said was, he asked me, what is your ethnicity? I said, I guess I'm black because I live in the United States right now. So that's what I meant.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. If you were the ideal immigrant who came here, got your education, all your savings off of a job you had, and went back to Ethiopia, would you be black/African American, or would you be your tribe?
I will not be African American when I go back there.
Okay, thank you. So you're not African American now. You're not even black here now. We're
That's what I said.
operating.
That's
One
what.
moment, let me land. Let me
Go
land.
ahead.
For other people who don't know, right? Because you see the other guys, they came off their mic in defense of you. So we're operating off the U.S. social construct, right? And that construct states race is unconstitutional. That's why affirmative action is gone, DEI is gone. Fearless Fund was attacked, and they're not even a government entity, right? So anything race-based in the United States will not fly. It's best that you go by Ethiopian American while you're here. And pretty much 2030 censuses are changing. Some of the FAFSAs has changed, and even white tea people are surprised. They got to mark up if they're Irish or Italian. So this ain't us being funny. There's a legal framework for who is a black/black American/African American. If you migrated here, you don't fit that bill. If you don't have ties to those who were enslaved during U.S. chattel slavery, not the transatlantic slave trade, but U.S. chattel slavery, then you aren't a black American. It's that simple. And that's not us being mean.
I agree with you. In fact,
Thank you. Go ahead,
I say to him, I guess I'm black means like, since I'm talking to you guys, I guess if people, when police stop me or somebody talk to me, consider me as a black.
All right, hold on, shut up. I don't want to hear any more right now. So
No. Let that man talk. Let him talk,
no,
cause
Uh,
I
we
mean, for
did I
already
real,
say
he
heard
got a
this.
anything?
whole audience up here, and
Did
get
I say
these.
anything
Yeah,
wrong?
Just let him
Did I say?
talk.
we all heard this song and dance before.
I
Hey,
never heard it, and
all right,
I'm just
go
keeping it
ahead.
real. I
I'm gonna
want to
let
hear
him.
this.
I'm gonna give him 1 minute. Then we gonna move on to Cream.
Sure. I said,
Right.
like as a conversation on a TikTok, I said that. But on the census or when I try to find a job, I always put other because I'm not part of this, the census that's made for African American or black people here. So I'm not going to put that. And I never put that. So that's why people call us, oh, you consider yourself white. But we don't consider ourselves white. But on the census, we put others. It seems like the right things to do, at
All
least
right. So
according to
just
me.
stop calling yourself black. Call yourself Ethiopian, and we gonna move on. All
I
right, we're
thought you
gonna go
don't
to
know.
Cream.
Many people do not
All
know
right,
that. So that's
hold
why.
on. All right, cool. Thank you. All right,
Uh,
Cream.
I cannot
Where
answer
you
the
from?
prompt. I don't have to answer the prompt because
I'm
I came
from
for that.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. You can answer the prompt. I'm
I'm
gonna come
from
right
Okay,
to
so
Ghana.
you, Cream.
we
Hold
are
on, Cream.
American.
Hold on,
I'm
Cream. I'm
from
gonna come to you in 1 second. I do want to let him speak to the prompt, and then we'll come to you. So
Okay.
go ahead.
Generalizing like this, why melanated people say American are next? I think it's like saying black people from America are criminals. If I say that, it would be wrong, right? And you generalizing like this, it seems wrong. Why we are Americans? We can't be deported ever we want. Yes, you will never gonna get deported. I don't think you should be deported. This is your land. You've been here for a generation. Whoever said that, you just have to take it as a subjective matter, not as objective matter that represents the entire Africa. Just like if I say something bad or something stereotypical about African Americans, would not be fair, right? So this assessment, it just doesn't look good to me. And yeah, that's how I think. That's it.
All right, cool. We're gonna go to Cream. Cream, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
I'm from South Carolina. I reside here in Alabama, and I'm Black American. My thing is the reason being I had came up to defend the situation is because of the fact that in America we've been named some of everything. We was named Negro. We was named colored. Now black. So my thing is this, they never called us the original who we really are. So my thing is this, um, those people they uh, actually stayed in their native land, and they know who they really belong to, which tribe they really belong to. Um, and when we talk about slavery, um, it would be, division because of the fact of how they split it us, all up. You got blacks in almost every country. So that's why I just said that,
Hold on. You said that
that
you
he
got
is
blacks.
black.
Hold on. Wait. You said it's blacks in every country.
Yes. It's
No.
just a
It's
color.
no.
It's
It's
not an
not.
ethnicity.
It's black is Black Americans ethnic identifier in America, man. It's not just the color.
So you're saying white people are just ethnic group as a white?
And white people are wherever they come from. They're either Irish, German, Russian, Polish, Italian. They're not white. Black and white are social constructs that were implemented here in America.
That's what she just said. That's exactly
No,
what
she
she
They're
said.
didn't.
not in every
That's
country,
not what she
though.
just. She didn't just say that.
Well, I heard her clearly. That's what she
She
said. If
said
I'm
they were
wrong,
in
she can
every
correct it.
country.
Yeah, that's
They're
what she
not in
said.
every. They're not in every country, though. So I don't know what she's talking about.
I think she meant there are black people in every country. Probably might
She
be
should
true.
have said
No,
it
you
was
can't.
it's heavily melanated people in every country, not black
Exactly.
people.
You
Yeah.
mean the
Okay. Okay.
world? You mean the world was populated with melanated people on 6 continents?
Probably that's what she meant.
One
Because
minute,
there,
because she could answer. What I want to ask her family, right, of the lineage, is because only people who say that black is a skin color are not of the lineage. They're literally not.
right.
They know that black is more than a skin color.
Ma'am, I'm from America. Been here.
Oh,
My
she
That's
family
can't
been
be.
here.
what year did
Mm-mm.
you trace your family back to?
My
Can't be because you would know, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. You would know that
no,
there were people,
I know
no,
about.
no, no. You would know that people were sitting out there saying, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And they were pink with afros, with dusty blonde afros and green eyes and pink, but they were black. You don't know that though because you're not from here. You think it's a skin color. That means that dark skinned Indians are black.
So
That
so
means that Sri Lankan people, people from Bangladesh, people from Fiji, people from Australia are black by that standard. We're not going by standards that you just made up in your head.
no, I didn't made up anything in my head.
Yes, you
I know
did.
about James Brown. I know about
Well,
James Brown.
then you should know it's not just a color, but you don't.
I mean,
And the
so
people
if
that
you, I
say
mean,
that, the
well,
people
I'm gonna
that
just,
can't articulate
well, I'm gonna
what
just be,
black is, are foreigners.
well, I'm gonna just be, I'm gonna just play
People
dumb
that
here.
can't articulate. You can't articulate what black is. You should be able to do that as a black person,
Hmm.
but you can't.
Something like that. Shut the fuck up. That's why I don't get over.
Black.
Tell your man to shut the fuck up.
He in the back talking
No,
shit.
He said,
The
did
fuck?
he
girl,
say
she
we're
wouldn't.
hard
Get
She
on the
would.
head?
front stage
Hold
and
She
do
up.
it,
would. She
ho.
would never.
Did he say
I
we're
don't care
hard head
about the
motherfucker?
insults over lives because she's not. She would never say that to my
I'm
face.
saying
No,
it
no,
to I will
no.
say
I
it to
asked a
your face.
question.
You don't know what black is. What happened
Lady,
to you? Why
yeah,
don't you know what the concept of black is?
lady,
When a
I'm
damn
not.
African can come over here and
Lady,
say, I
I'm
just
not.
discovered. Africans come over here and say, I just discovered what black is. That's what fella Kuti said, because he's a foreigner. He didn't know what black meant. You
Mhm.
should know what it means, but you don't.
Explain it to me then.
Really?
I think it would be wise if you can
Yes,
explain it
really.
to her. Yeah.
It's a state of mind, okay? Being black is a state of mind, kind of like a badge of honor where they said, You're black, and we said, Yeah, we are. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Black power.
So it's
Black is
subjective.
beautiful. Why are you talking? That's why you don't ever learn anything. Put the mute on when somebody's in the middle of a sentence. Silly imbecile. Don't take the mute off. Mute
Take
up.
it easy.
No, you shut your mouth.
Take it easy.
Hey, Dino, stay on mute or you will be dropped.
It's a state of mind. It's coming out of being a Negro. It's coming out of these labels. It's saying, okay, this word is out there. We're going to flip it into something powerful, which we did. And that's why all these jigaboos are running around calling themselves black when they're really Jamaican, when they're really Haitian, when they're really Nigerian. And they don't even identify like that. Never did. You see? But you would know that if you were a Black American. I don't know why you don't know these things.
Can we talk now? So you say the state of mind. If it is state of
We're
mind is
supposed to
not,
use the sound effects, D. We need the hand clap going on. What's
Where
wrong
is
with
this guy from?
Ethiopia?
Apparently,
Ethiopia.
he's from
I'm from
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Why are you involved?
You see the prompt, what it says?
Are you trying to learn about what black is? Why do you keep asking questions? All you need to know is what an Ethiopian is. Nothing more.
I live in America.
Nothing more.
I live in America.
You
So I
have
need to
nothing
know
to
about
do with
America.
you don't need to know anything. Just stay out of our business.
You
You're
have you
not
have
Black
you have
American.
American
You're a
business.
foreigner. You're a
So
foreigner, just like a Chinese person here. And you have a segregated community of Ethiopians, right?
you don't?
What are you talking about? We live in every state. No, I don't have a segregated
Also
community of
Ethiopian live every
Ethiopians.
state. Even Ethiopian live in every
Okay,
state.
well, I don't have any kind of segregated community. I live with regular people. I don't huddle with immigrants in a corner like you do. You're a frightened immigrant group. That's not me. You don't deal with people like me. You might want to sell to people like me, but you don't do business. You don't hire. You have nothing to do with me. So, since that's the case, why don't you stay out of our business? Why are you even here? You're like a Chinese person to me.
The prompt talk
You
about
have
me.
no closer relationship to me than a Chinese person or a Korean. What do you have
Just
to do with us?
see the
Nothing.
prompt. The
What
prompt
do you have
calls
to
me.
do with us, though? Let's be
What do you
honest.
mean? With you
We're not
nothing.
related. We're
With you
not
nothing.
genetically related, not even on the inflated DNA test. We have nothing to do with each other. You don't hire us. You
What do
have
you mean you
nothing
don't
to do
hire
with
us?
us, except when you run into a problem here, then you want to boo hoo and be black.
No, I don't have any
You're
problem.
no different than a Chinese person. And that's how
Well,
I'm going to deal with you in the future. All of these immigrants. They're as
do whatever you want.
they are distant as distant can be.
And why is that? Because there are people like you, not regular black folks.
Tell you this, you're not black folks.
I didn't talk. I didn't, we just
That's all
went
you
through that.
need to know. That's all you need to know.
Sure.
Wani, would you like to address the African Latino who swears we're racist just for simply telling the truth?
Well, she
And
You
then
hold on.
said
She
the
said she
person
Ethiopia.
was
next to me,
Venezuelan.
right? The
Hold
Huh?
on.
person next to
So
me, right?
when she first came up here,
Yeah.
she said she was Venezuelan. So when did she become? Did you forget you said that, Lobo?
Okay, I'm trying to understand your all points of view, and of
Wait a
course,
minute. Hold on. When you first came on this panel, did you not say you were
y-
Venezuelan?
yes, but I'm also black.
All right. So now why are you
You're
calling yourself
not.
Afro Caribbean or whatever the fuck this?
Okay, okay,
No,
I
you said
think I'm
Afro
going to,
Latino. Yeah, but
yes, but
no. So you didn't
yes,
say that in the
yes, I'm
beginning.
trying to understand your points, and I can feel you because yes, we're immigrants. We're not like you, of course. In that terms, I understand 100%.
You you said that hurts. It hurts us.
Yeah, I understand. I'm trying to
Oh,
understand
oh,
your
oh, oh!
points of
I like
view.
that little slide thing you try to edge on in. Why would Black Americans be hurt because an immigrant immigrated, fled their country to come to America, the country that literally Black Americans' ancestors built? Why
Because
would
at least
we
they got
be
to
hurt
came
by
here by
that?
choice.
First of all, first
She
of
said, I
all,
understand.
first of all,
She didn't
first of
say,
all, am I speaking on yeah, yeah, no?
Because at least they got to come here by choice. Aha, you mad? You were brought on ships. They came here by choice.
Oh, you really
And
don't know
see,
Black American history, do
What?
you?
Right.
They don't know actual
Is
Black
that
American
supposed
history.
to be?
They only think that we were subjugated. That's the only thing that they think of Black Americans. Oh, y'all came here on slave ships. It was only about 93,000 that actually came to what is the United States of America. If you know, you know. But, go ahead and be braggadocious.
I just kind of want to say this. It's always the tethers that come up here and go off their mic. They don't allow the two people to finish their interaction. All that aha, you're a New York tether. I can tell by that aha, like you're dumb, right? So if you can't come up here and be civilized and you want to act like a savage and don't know how to stay on your mute, I'm going to drop you unless the host direct me not to, right? So let's cut it out, right? Because y'all really need to understand why y'all are not Black. There's no such thing as a Black Venezuelan or a Black Latino. Your descendancy actually caused. There we go with this nigga. A whole cop. New York tether.
Hey,
So wait
BX.
1 minute, Cheryl. 1 minute,
Okay,
Cheryl.
okay.
So there's no such thing as a Black
Tarika, why you not a
Venezuelan.
Mardi
There's
Gras?
no thing as a Black. See how that works, you fucking punk.
Can I be
What is
petty
He's
for
a
that?
just
whole New York tether that y'all are educating. He don't add no value to nothing. He's not going after revenue or nobody.
can I be petty just for a minute? Then I'm gonna go
Go
sound.
ahead.
I thought Bad Bunny was the baddest. Y'all was wrong.
There's no such thing as a Black Jamaican, right? But there's a thing such as a Jamaican cop, right? A Jamaican gang member, right? A Jamaican snitch, right, Wade? Right? So I just had to point that out to him. So there's no such thing as a Black Jamaican, a Black Latino, a Black Venezuelan. Y'all are African descent, and that's fine. But the moment y'all start coming over here talking about you Black this and you Black that, you start erasing my ethnic group, my lineage. So we're not those things. Y'all are. So you're Afro descendant, and that's fine. But we're not. So you are an Afro Venezuela Lobo, and that would be fine. Please don't put Black in front of it, because you're doing that on purpose. You really are.
I just looked up Venezuela because every time I look at them, they're very pale and boring looking, and they prioritize the palest and the most boring. There's only 4% of them that would be called Afro Venezuelan, so you're probably not telling the truth. Why are you not telling the truth?
No ethnic pride.
Yeah, see, I'm going to end the pivot in my lifetime. I will be damned if another Latino pivots its ugly ass into my ethnic group to get prioritized. You stay over there. You're Latino and you're not going to budge. I don't care if you pivot into Crackerville. That's their problem. But you're not going to pivot over here. This is our space.
Wow.
And another thing that we need to start working towards is the box checks. Like when we filling out paperwork at these county offices or at the post office, wherever, and it says Black or Black African American or something like that. Now I just check other because I just feel like they're just going to mix me up with them at this point. So it's just like we need to work on getting our own box check. That's all.
We've started, at least in California, but these imbeciles that we're speaking to, they have a Latin box or Hispanic or whatever. They have nothing to do with our box. They can even check the whatever European descendant box. They have nothing to do with the box. They just won't leave us alone.
Okay,
I
we're gonna go to Miss Mafia. Where you from?
Um,
What's your ethnicity?
what's up? I'm Jamaican and black. I have brown skin. My parents are both mixed. But I'm
There we
Jamaican.
go, brown skin.
I don't
Everybody
know.
has
I don't
brown
know.
skin.
I don't know like what I was invited up here, so I didn't request to be up here. So I wasn't gonna say anything because I don't understand, like I really don't understand what y'all are saying. Like What makes somebody black? Like that's what I'm trying to understand.
Okay.
Is it
Seriously?
not the skin color what makes you black?
No.
No, it's
No,
not.
you gotta be slave. That's why.
No.
You have to be what? A slave? Is that what he said?
The descendant of slave.
Jamaicans had slavery on their island too.
You
Don't
don't
he
know
know? I don't think
Jamaicans
he
had
knows that.
slavery?
I
I'm
don't.
not
I don't
saying
think he
me.
know that.
They saying
In
that. I'm not
America.
saying. In
Oh,
America,
that's what they're saying.
In
yeah,
No,
that's
America.
no,
what they
don't
say.
listen to the
Act
No,
like they
we're
Ethiopian.
don't
not
know.
saying that.
Don't listen to the
Well, I'm
Ethiopian.
just trying to understand because
Okay, yeah.
any Jamaican person you speak to, they would be highly offended if you tell them,
You're a
like, if
fucking
you
lie.
tell them
That's a
they're
lie.
not
That's
black.
a lie, ma'am. Stay on mute. That's a lie. For so long, the Caribbean has been saying, "I'm not black. I'm Jamaican. I'm not black. I'm Trinidadian. I ain't black. I'm bright. I'm
Baby,
Bayesian."
I don't know which Jamaicans you
Free.
speaking to, but
Yeah.
you're speaking to a Jamaican right now who can speak.
Okay, and you're
For
not a fucking
You
decades, it's
one
been
Jamaican,
known
right?
for
person.
decades.
We don't know what you are, really. We don't know if you did your genealogy or not, but do you want the answer or do you just want to be a contrarian?
Ma'am, like, I don't know why y'all is.
Okay.
Don't
But since
invite
the
me.
dawn of time, y'all
I
Don't
didn't
have tried to
invite
invite
me up here if
you.
you're gonna
disassociate
Ma'am,
yourself from us.
who invited the savage? Who
host.
invited
The
the
host.
coconut tree swinging
I
savage?
invited her up because of the comments she was making in the chat.
I just
Okay.
like
What did she
why are
say?
you gonna invite me up here to not allow us to have a conversation? It's like
Well,
I
you're
wasn't
not
even trying to
listening,
be.
ma'am. You're not listening. I'm giving
No,
you the
you
answer,
can't
and
call
I'm the
somebody a
nicest
liar.
person there is on this panel. The other ones are
If we're
just
gonna
getting
have
your
a
head off. Hold on. Hold on.
no,
I'm going to give you the answer if you shut the fuck
no, I'm
up.
not. I'm
If
not
you
because
shut the
y'all
so then you don't want to talk. On to the
are
next one.
disrespectful.
On to the next
I'm
one.
a,
Like JC said. On to the next one. So if y'all really want to know what makes people black in America, right? It ain't a Jamaican. It ain't a Jamaican. They're Jamaican American. And they've been saying that for so long until when? Reparations talks happened. The 50th anniversary of hip hop happened. Every time in modern day history we had a win, those same people that said they aren't black started identifying as black because they're not winning or securing anything under being Caribbean. They're only appropriating a culture that they had no part in building because black Americans have been documented, right? In America since before 1619. That's the date that the government's going to give you. Okay? So what I want to tell y'all is we're not pulling this out of our ass, out of the ear. There is a legal framework for who is black/black American, and even that pesky term we don't like, African American, right? So if you have traced your ancestors to an 1870 USA census, and we don't do the mainland or the Americas around here, then you are a black American. If you could find your ancestors on the Freeman records, then you are a black American. Anything else is an immigrant or a children of immigrants. And that's fine. But what's not fine is coming over here and appropriating our history, locking us out of industries like home ownership, getting in our government voting no cloud repair, but never speaking negatively on CARICOM. And when the people who's being affected start telling y'all what it is, y'all want to do this dumb shit here. I'm the nicest person to speak to until you piss me off. And then I ain't so nice anymore. I'm the only one who probably will accept a fucking biasness who hasn't proven themselves yet. Because it's, you know what? A matter of education. But she ain't here to be educated. She just here to kind of assert some dominance. Yo, I don't know what you're making. Nigga, I live in New York. They told me all the time. They ain't black. Or they say, oh, you just black. What the fuck is just black when we won every civil rights and liberties in this land and created every genre of music, plus have over 55K inventions? I hate to be just Caribbean with that track record. Are we clear? Do y'all want to have a conversation? It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Wani, Jerika, D,
Thank
Miss
you.
Cheryl.
Same to
Thank
you.
you. Same to you.
Thank you.
You're
Same to you, BS.
welcome.
Happy Valentine's Day.
All
Valentine's
right.
Day, BS.
Yo. Thank you.
All right. We're going to go to Reynold.
I have a question. Can I ask? Just
Hold
for
on,
learning
Dino.
purpose.
Hold on, Dino. Hold on. We'll come back to you. Reynold,
Yes, sir.
hey, how you doing? Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
I'm from the First Republic.
The first black republic.
You said what?
I'm from the first black republic.
The
Oh,
Fuck
he's
did
first
he just
black
Haitian.
say?
what?
He's Haitian. He's Haitian.
Oh,
What?
he trying to say republic? Oh, that what you trying to say?
Boy,
I'm
you gotta
from the
fix your
first
tongue.
black republic.
What the
What?
fuck is he saying? What the
It
Rubaba.
fuck?
sounds
Yeah,
like
I
he's
can't. That
trying to
last
say he's
part, I can't
from.
get it.
It sounds like
Rubber
he's trying to
tree.
say he's from the first black liberated
No,
What?
country.
Republic.
I thought
The
he
That's what
said
first
I
black
rubber
said.
tree.
Yeah,
republic.
I just said that. I said republic. But no, you mean the first New Orleans Republic?
Wow.
I said
You
that
can't even
I'm
talk. You're
from
not from
the
anything.
first.
Are you
Can I ask
drunk,
him a
sir?
question?
I said
Republic.
I am
Drunk
from
and
the
Haitian? That's
first
not gonna
black
work.
republic.
Okay. Well, it sounds
Okay.
like you're from a
I
black
think that
rubber tree,
if you
but
from what I said,
Hey,
you
how many
are
red stripes
all.
have you had tonight,
damn.
man?
Would you please give me a chance? So if you invite me, you have to
You-
give me a chance,
okay,
right?
real quick, where you located presently, sir?
Where I'm located right now,
Yes.
I'm in Miami.
Just a
Oh,
fucking lie.
okay.
So he's
Sounded
Haitian.
like
I was right.
that? Where do you work?
So when I said that I'm from the first black republic, you don't know what is the first black
It
republic,
sounded
right?
like you said first black rubber tree. We don't know what you're talking about.
The first black
Don't say it
republic.
again. Don't say it again.
Have you ever heard?
It's
Have you ever
over.
That
heard
word is
about?
whipping his
Have you
ass.
ever heard? Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard
Have you ever
about
talked
the
before?
first black? Have you ever
Sir,
heard about the first black republic?
rubber tree,
Dude,
no.
I think you drunk, man. I think
So
you had a little too much.
you guys don't let him speak, but it's not fair.
We don't need
Hey,
your
look,
input.
Dino,
Dino, shut
shut
the fuck
up.
up.
Damn.
Stop doing
Yeah.
that shit, or I'm gonna drop you, man. Just chill out. You don't have to try to save people. Stop.
Why you have to drop me
He
when
just
everybody's
sounds
talking?
tipsy, man.
So
We
that's
can't
a
really
shame when I
understand him because
said
he sounds
that. That's a
tipsy.
shame when I said that.
These
That's a
little
shame
East
when I
African
said
guys
that
act like children.
I'm from the first black republic and
Okay,
you
let's
are
move
all
past
blacks.
that because you
You
can't
have
say
Republic.
Republic.
Dominican, you have other blacks, but you don't know what is the
Black
Move
first
Republic.
along.
black republics. When I
If
said the
you say
first black
Haiti,
Black
republics, that
what?
means I am
Oh my
from
god.
Oh my
Haiti.
goodness, sir, your mouth.
Thank you. All that
yo,
time just to
didn't
say,
I
Haiti.
panel? Did I not say that he was from Haiti when he first fucking started talking?
I
Yes, you did.
know.
So now he's sitting up there saying we don't know that he's from Haiti. I literally said it, sir.
That has been going on with Haitians over the past couple of years. So when did you come into the United States?
He don't realize he's muted.
Where could he work? Sounding like this.
Oh, he's just a regular custodian,
Oh, okay.
a floor technician.
And he gets food stamps.
Nah, I can't lie. Nah. My father put me through college as a custodian, so I can't judge on that profession.
No, that's a good job.
Yeah,
But
he was a
Don't
union
they come with a
custodian.
401k too?
Yeah, he been a
yeah.
custodian since the '80s. He had he part of a union, got his 401k, got his little stocks from the company.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Haiti was not America. I don't know what the hell y'all be talking about. Somebody in the comments said Haiti was America. That's the
These
secret.
people are delusional.
They want to attach themselves to Black America anything, I swear.
If we let them do what they want, this whole thing would be Mexico and Haiti. This is the mainland of Haiti and Jamaica and all the Caribbean. We would just be swamped with all these new definitions of what America is. These people are desperate to belong.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right, Victoria, where you from? What's your ethnicity, man?
Hey y'all, good evening. I'm from Georgia. I just wanted to contribute to the point that when they were saying that they are Black too. I'm a Navy veteran, first of all. I'm fourth generation Navy veteran, and I also grew up in Pentecostal church. and I went to church with Caribbean people. I went to in the Navy. Saw all kind of people from immigrants that come here and they get in the military. And in church, I would meet people that were first generation, second generation American. They were anchor babies was what we're calling them now, but you know what I'm saying. And so we would have conversations and discourse about, are y'all black too? The Pan-African movement and stuff like that back, a few years ago. And they would always correct us back then. A few homegirls in the military, they would, from the Dominican Republic and from Puerto Rico. I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. I'm not black, so it's very interesting now. I'm 37, I'll be 37 in March. But it's very interesting now to hear them say that they're black. And I just really, really want to know if they're being genuine or if they're trolling, because I'm seeing these panels come up, and I don't join. This is like the second panel, but I'm coming from a place of genuine curiosity because I have firsthand experience with people that would always correct us when we would ask them if they were, when we would have the conversation about being black, and they would always correct us. So I'm just coming from a place of genuine curiosity. I was born and raised in Toonsboro, Georgia. Why is it now that they're saying they're black when they've never said that before? I traveled all around and they would never say that they were black. So I'm genuinely curious, where is this coming from now? And why are they saying it now? And why do they refuse to be corrected? Now I'm seeing it from a lot of immigrant women that are saying that they're black now. And I'm just really curious, like, really, are y'all just trolling us, or are you being willfully obtuse? And I don't want to call nobody no names. I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's freaking me out a little bit, because we went to high school with some of them. We went to church with most of them. We served in the military with most of them, and they would always correct us. So I just really want to know where is this coming from now. That's all I want to know.
Okay.
I can answer genuinely if you would like.
No, you can't answer. This is something that, because I can relate to what she's saying, right? So here's the issue. Notice when the 50th anniversary of hip hop started, the Latinos were feeling left out. Then the Caribbean started acting up. But it also has an element to do with reparations. A lot of them are greedy, feel they should get 2 checks, and to tether on to us, because what are they creating? What history do they literally have globally? Who pushes the influence? Black people. Specifically, now we have to emphasize Black Americans. So this started in modern day history when we started being recognized for the genres that we created and everything that we built in this nation. And we're demanding what we want from our government. Now they're like, oh, we're Black too. And AOC has been trying to tether on to our reparations claim by doing this here. Yeah, well, we know about slavery and stuff, but reparations comes with the New Deal. So that means mass incarceration, redlining, segregating. When African Americans, Latinos were redlined to different areas, and opportunities for wealth were given to white people. Man, what? So if we know anything about the 13th Amendment, it ratified when that 13th Amendment, when each state ratified their constitution, it emancipated the enslaved population, unless they were what? Incarcerated. When they were incarcerated, they could face being victims of having to do slave labor, correct? So how does the 13th Amendment, which emancipated each state's enslaved population, have to do with a Latino? I'm confused. If a person willingly migrated here, right, and then they decide to do a crime and they are in jail, they weren't the targeted group. We were targeted for mass incarceration. But there's a lot of things going on, and sadly, I haven't been paying, I'm gonna keep it anecdotal. Me haven't been paying attention to the government, but now I see the play. It's not too late for us to get some shit in order, but this is what they're doing. They're fixing our history to fit their narrative, and we just gotta stop that narrative. But it's a lack of them being honored for creating anything substantial, such as hip hop, and also our reparations claim. That's when I noticed they started saying they were Black, and even selling soul food out of their restaurants, Victoria, here in New York. Yeah, when they used to tell me my food was slave food.
Like they And don't,
You
and
know
I've
that.
heard that too from from other people. Like
Yeah.
I said, I was in the military back. I graduated 2007. I would hear that same discourse in on the mess hall. So I'm just, for me, I am genuinely discouraged by the conversation because it's like, come on, y'all. Y'all know what the conversation, kitchen table conversation. Y'all know what y'all parents taught y'all when y'all came here. I heard some of the kind of the names that they came up with. I heard some of the conversations that they would have about, being around Black people. Like I said, I grew up in the South, so we know. And I don't like the conversations, and I don't know. I don't want to name names. I don't want to call nobody no names, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it so much online now, and it's really discouraging because we too intelligent to pretend, right? It's too many of us that are adults to pretend that we don't know. And so, like I said, when I went to church with them, and when we would have discussions, we all know what the conversation is, and we also know what we hear behind our backs. And then I saw a YouTube where there were Nigerian college students saying that they created R&B in Nigeria. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Who is teaching y'all that? And I want to address also, because they're calling us a cult and other things like that with the FBA movement. It's new to them, but we've always been Black and proud of being Black. And I think with that pride, it's kind of rubbing people the wrong way. Maybe it feels like sandpaper, and that's okay to feel rubbed against when it's something that it discludes somebody or doesn't include you. But everybody has been proud to fly their Puerto Rican flags. I have people in my neighborhood that have their flags on their rearview mirrors. It's okay, but what I don't like is that they're having these conversations. You're just proud to be a slave. That's why y'all are getting the pushback that you're getting, and you're getting the anger that's met with. Y'all are being very disrespectful, and it's I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna get out of the way. But I want people to know, especially some of the other women that are immigrants, maybe first or second generation American or whatever. You got your papers or whatever. We see you. And we see what you're doing. We see how you're moving. And when you're met with that disrespect because of how you're moving, you got to eat it at this point, because y'all are being very, very disrespectful. I hear the conversations. I'm seeing the lives. You got to eat that disrespect, and you got to eat that chewing when it comes. And people are going to correct you where you stand, because y'all are being very willfully obtuse at this point, and you're being disingenuous. And so you got to eat that chewing when it comes. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, how you doing? Thank you for your service,
Thank you for
Victoria.
Yeah, it's good to hear a new voice. I'm glad that we're getting a lot of new people coming in and they know what's up. I'm really glad to hear that. Now, did you know that that girl that threatened to boom us, her page is missing? And she created a new page saying that she was banned at 18,000 followers. She also got fired, apparently, from some place. I keep getting bits and pieces from each different post about her. They did remove it, and somebody told me, I can't say who, that it could be removed by people very high up that are investigating her. So, oh my goodness, she should not have said any of that stuff. And I hope it was worth it. That's all I have to say.
Right? They don't know how to handle their emotions. We gonna get to Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from the soil. I don't have no other country to run back to but where I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, cool. What's your thoughts on the prompt?
Well, my thoughts is basically that when they say you said why or misinformed million immigrants saying Black Americans are next. Am I correct? And we are
Yeah.
Americans and we can't be deported. I'm American. As you know, me and my sister used to joke, where they going to deport us at? Back to Brooklyn? You know, I always say if you from the soil If you don't have no other country to run to, you from this soil. You know, I don't have no other country to run to but right here in the United States of America. And this is where my people is from. I grew up from here. I grew up through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I'm 60-something years old. So I might be the only, I don't know whether or not I might be the oldest one on this panel, but I could tell you a whole lot of history that I lived myself during the school bus era in the 1970s, early 1970s, when they had the integration of the school bus. I lived that. When you talk about camp, I went to camp in Canada. It was a lot of French people, and I lived through that, being the only 2-3 black women, girls on that campus. I lived through a lot of discretions as far as pregnancy is concerned, you know. And I'm just talking about my life that I lived, and I just hold truth to my word. And back in the day, when I grew up in Brooklyn, your word is your bond. You know, you speak on the truth. And if you get caught on the truth, you know what happened when you tell a lie. So I tell my truth right now, you know. And my heart always, my heart, when we concentrating on a lot of issues that really is out, it really don't really matter. My heart is with our brothers and sisters that's incarcerated right now, that's doing time for something that people making money off of. You know what I'm talking about? The flowers. They're making money off the flowers, but we still got our brothers and sisters still incarcerated in the system. We're not talking about what's going on with that situation. And some things that we need to start focusing on as people, you know, as the FBA, and get out of the confusion and nonsense that they try to put us in, the Epstein crap and all that other crap. It don't matter. We got brothers and sisters right now that's suffering in the system, and everybody making money, and our brothers are still paying for that. We need to focus on some things that's really serious about our community, and not just, you know, and not just dealing with, well, what's FBA? We know foundational Black Americans. That means that you are foundational of this United States of America. That means that you got to look up your own history, and everybody has to have their own travel with their history and their life. Point blank. It's all about you as an individual, looking up your history and your lineage and where you come from, where your family come from, where your great-great-grandfather come from, where your great-great-great whatever. It's for that. It's not no cult. It's not none of that. It's for every individual to start researching where they come from, where their family comes from, how they have
Yes, ma'am.
contributed to this world. You
Yes,
know,
ma'am. I
how
agree
they
with you.
contribute to this world. It's not about none. It's not
I'm gonna give
about
you
that.
30 more seconds, and then land in
Right,
30 seconds.
and we know what homeboy did. We know that he got the whatever on he did the FBA whatever, and he held it down. You know, Tariq whatever, he held it down, and he get paid whatever you gotta, you know, whatever you gotta go through him, because he owns that FBA particular slogan. Let's put
All
it
right,
that way.
ma'am. It's
You know,
time.
but
But you can
what I'm saying is
hold
this
on,
here.
man. I hear you. But I do have to move the mic around. But you're welcome to stay on the panel. You
I'm
can
gonna
speak
stay on
again
the
when we open
panel
the
because I'm
panel.
a senior right here, and I want to get people.
Okay. Yes. All right. So we have Block. What's up, Block?
What's going on, man? So I'm originally out of Watts, California, West Side. We moved to the West Side after the East Side, but that's my first address. My mother's out of Texarkana, Arkansas. My father is out of Ripley, Mississippi, which is kind of north. about an hour and a half outside of Memphis. So, yeah, I'm a foundational Black American. So it says, why are misinformed melanated immigrants saying Black Americans are next? Well, one of the things that I found out about these immigrants is they're not as intelligent as they claim to be. When I was in school, we would get our history books, and they always started with Columbus. And when you read the story of Columbus, they always explain it was black people with him. Eventually, you get to the settlers, and black people were there as indentured servants, and then you get on to slavery, and so there's a timeline that the history books were set up when I was in school. I'm 52. I'm born in 73. So what I find out is these immigrants, they don't really study well at all. What they do is they memorize information to be able to pass tests and get through school. But the idea of history is something that's foreign to Africa and most melanated nations. It's not a thing where they come from. They showed a library in a village over in a Ghanaian village. And the guy said, "You know where I'm at?" There was one book in there. He said, "No, what is this? This is a library." He said, "But we only got one book in here." So the idea of reading education history, this is something that's kind of foreign to them. They claim they got word of mouth as far as how they pass information and all of this other stuff. But anybody that knows any better know that's mostly among the initiated peoples, the elders and the people that really matter in these different tribes or villages. They're not going to put any responsible information in the average African hands or in his ear, because he's not important to the way they want to run those villages or those those different tribes. So I think that's a large problem with most of them, is they're not as intelligent as they claim to be. And they want to convince other people that they know, but they really don't know anything, because to sit around saying that we can be deported tells me you don't even understand that our lineage is older than the country is. You know what I'm saying? Our ethnogenesis began well before this country was established. And so to be trying to make yourself seem important with regards to this conversation about who Black Americans is kind of crazy, because they need to go back and actually do the homework so they can stop making stupid statements. And they're making all of these statements out of pain, out of jealousy, and just not being aware. I mean, they get on the internet and say stuff that literally gets the police to show up at their door and arrest them, and then start the denaturalization process. So these people are backwards, and they've been trying to act like they were first world people, but you find out they really don't know anything, brother. So I'm going to land right there, and I'm sure somebody else want to speak.
This is Mac.
Here it is. Wani, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
I thought so, because I can't remember your name. I think I rely on people's avatars too much to identify them.
But yeah, this is getting old with these people, though, and they're going to have to figure it out really soon here, because one thing they're going to notice probably in the next year or so is they're going to probably lose probably about 30% of the people here that they look around and call a community. A lot of these people are going home, and I don't think they get it yet.
They're very, if the three-letter agencies look at that girl's account, I mean, I know they took it down, but if they look at all the people that were saying, yeah, she's right, all those people need to be checked out. I don't know if they'll go that far, but that girl threw her life down the toilet just to get at us. And yeah, she's going to have people calling her and knocking on her door.
But how can you be as American as we are, and you don't even realize you can't get on the internet and say certain things? Like, that tells me you have no connection to what this country is and the history of it.
No, No, they
But
have this same mentality that they have over there in their homeland. See, over there in their homeland, they can do those threats, they can say those things, they can do those things, and not really have any repercussions because they don't have the same laws that we fought for in this country. Okay, that's why they have the gall, the audacity to say things like that young lady said.
Well, uh, I'm not even sure if she is a naturalized citizen or she was born here, but she's gotten some very bad advice. And I guess some of the things that they learn in the home from their parents, uh, the kids must be playing out or repeating and thinking that they're going to get away with it. And it's not going to happen that way.
but every
I don't
last
think they're
one
gonna
of our
perish,
brothers and
niggas, man.
sisters served the war in this country. We sweat and we died in this blood and soil in this
You have to
country.
stay unalive.
Oh, okay, unalive. We a lot of our brothers and sisters in every war that happened in this country, we served every war. So I don't understand where they get their misinformation from. But it's like, uh, um, I feel like, okay, if our people, this is Black History Month also, my brothers and sisters. So if our people invented all these inventions, doorknobs, electric, everything that we use in the day, pertaining to our people that invented it, and if I'm wrong or am I right, y'all let me know.
No.
No, I didn't say. I
The
said
part that
majority.
makes a light bulb stay on. A lot
And,
of tech,
a majority of everything that we use in the day,
a lot of
including
foundational
including
inventions.
including everything that you use in the everyday talk, everything that you use every day, and that's including what the toilet. Anytime you sit your
Modernize the
tail,
toilet. Yep.
right? Anytime you pop your little tail on it, that is one of the inventions that our people invented, right?
Hmm.
Right? And
Modernized it, yes.
I'm just saying because I remember back in the day, I'm an older senior. They used to have an outhouse you had to go to and do what you had to do in the outhouse. It was called an outhouse back then. When you had to
We
go
know.
to the bathroom, it was an outhouse. You go to the outhouse. You didn't have a toilet. You had an outhouse back in
The
the day.
outhouse 4 times.
Right.
We're not 21 years old, most of us.
I know that you're not 21 years old. I'm just putting my plane down, right? And and I know that we discussing this here about the immigrants and what the immigrants feel about us and how I brought up back in New York when Puerto Ricans first came out and they had their freedom in the United States of America and
What
majority of
part of
them
New
had.
York you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised in Brownsville.
Let me ask you a question, if you don't mind.
Go on.
Do you remember the Puerto Ricans having the German patches on their jackets that symbolized how do you say the
You,
guy
you,
with the little mustache in his
right,
army?
right, right, right.
You remember those?
Walking around, yeah, walking around, yeah. And I remember when my father, a tall black American man, and he carried a gun with him on his shoulder. I remember that. I also remember that as a 5-year-old getting on a line, and we had to get a shot. Anybody that was born in the '60s had a permanent mark on their arm. Ask them, a permanent mark from the shot that we got
It's a fact.
from the
My
United
father
States.
showed me his.
Right. I'm not. I'm telling you my life story. To get on the line, and you had to get the shot. Everybody back in the '60s had that permanent mark on their arm. So if you born in the '60s, anybody born in the '60s, they could show you a permanent mark on their arm that the United States of America gave us as children, as growing up as colored. Back then we were colored. We were colored people. Negroes, colored, black. They named us Negroes, colored, black. I remember when the German shepherds and the white guys used to come out, and they used to line up on the school and have us front and protect us from being slaughtered from the prejudice of the Caucasian males. Yes, in New York City. So don't tell me the North is not this as prejudiced as the South. I grew up in the prejudice of the North, so I know. Yes, indeed, I lived it. So
So
I'm just telling y'all some history. You know, people want to talk about history, but we go back to the pyramids and we go back to all that crap. Let's keep it.
Ask you a question, Miss Crystal.
Go on, ask me a question, my brother.
You grew up in Brooklyn, so when you was a child, what would you say were the percentage of non-Black Americans there versus when you was about, let's just say, late teens, early 20s? How did that change?
Okay, it changed back in. My mother was a supervisor, and she told me back in the early '70s it was Africans coming over, and she said that she always told me and my sister, be careful of the immigrants that's coming over here as Africans because they try to copycat us. And then she made a joke. I don't know. I don't know. She said that they came over here in flip flops, but act like they in high heels. That's what she said to me.
So I'm gonna start saying that if you don't mind. That's crazy.
You know, she said they came over here in flip flops, but act like they was in high heels. And she said their feet was bigger than what their heels were. That's what she said to me as a
That's
child.
because they feel superior to other Caribbeans that are
And,
not
and,
there, and
and,
they take it out on us. They're flexing on us
and she
like
said that,
we're the Caribbeans that they left behind.
right. And she said,
they all went to the New York area because I never liked them much when they stayed in California. I'm just keep it real, the ones that I
Mhm.
knew. I'm so glad that they concentrated over there
But they
because
were hiding out among us in
they sure
California as
was.
Belize. I didn't know these people were from
I didn't know
Belize.
what a Belizean was till I was in the
Neither
11th
did
grade.
I didn't
yeah,
I
know
didn't know
it when
what
I
it
was a
was.
teenager.
they've been in New York since the 1970s, my sisters. Since the
Hmm.
1970s, they infiltrated in New York City.
We
Now
we
my
would have had a big problem in LA if they would have acted the same way that
and
they
now
act.
and now
Boy.
I
what
found out one of
happened
my
was
best friends was Dominican when I was 13. I just randomly asked him his last name one day out of all the years I've known him my whole life. His last name was Rodriguez. I said, ain't this some shit?
Wow.
Yep.
yeah, and my sister she lived in the Flatbush area. And I remember the Flatbush area in Brooklyn, New York used to be all of our people. And it ended up being like a Caribbean area. And doing a switch off, I could say the switch off when a lot of the blacks and and Flatbush area, they left the area and they gave it up to the Caribbeans from all over. You know, all the Caribbean Jamaicans, everybody came from the islands. They landed right there in that area.
So can I
And
ask
then
you a question? Why did foundational Black Americans leave? Were they offered money? How'd that happen?
what happened was that a lot of the black Americans that retired because a lot of the black Americans migrated from the south to the north. So they once they retired, let's put it that way, once they retired, they got their little pensions and everything like that. They still was traveling back and forth to, I could say, my parents from Maryland. And every time when we used to cross the Dixie Bridge, you cross the Dixie Bridge, my father used to always say, once you cross the Dixie Bridge, you're in the South. And Maryland is the South. And once you cross over there to Maryland and over into Virginia and the other southern places, a lot of them migrated to the north because that's where the jobs were at. And once they got the companies, my father worked for Ford, my mother, she worked in another corporation. But once they got those jobs, they made that money, and then they still was transferring back and forth to the south, back home. So in the summertime, I used to say I'm going down south, and I would go down south, and we would go down south in the summer times. So we still had the connections back and forth from the south to the north. But once they retired, and they still had those connections to the south, a lot of the people that migrated from the south to the north, moved back home because they had the finances at that time through their corporations and the jobs they worked to transfer it back home. And that's why a lot of our people is moving back home. It's the migration from back home. But a lot of them, like I could say, like Bedford Stuyvesant, and a lot of those areas, they was all black owned brownstones. Everybody was black. Everything was black owned. Everybody black owned brownstone. And you had a lot of the projects, and you know what the definition of a project is. I'm quite sure this panel is very smart about what a project and the definition of what a project is. And a lot of us moved into those buildings, and it was a lot of professional doctors and lawyers and everything of our people that moved into those areas. And I could say is growing up, a lot of them doctors and lawyers, I don't know what happened. All I knew was that it was dying. They passed away. I don't know what happened.
All right, okay, because I'm from New York, right? So I asked you that question for a specific reason in no block. I ain't happy that they left California to all come here, but they actually been in New York longer than the 1970s, right? Because
Right,
Not
right.
that they left California, they left
They
the
been in
islands
New
and went over
York. They
there.
they was in New York.
okay.
They
Because
was in
But
New
no,
York.
no,
it
let
wouldn't have
me
worked
get
out.
this part out. Let me get
It
this
wouldn't
part
have
out.
worked out for them in LA. I'm gonna tell you because we already had an episode where the Jamaicans came into LA and tried to make a play in the streets and got slaughtered. So
Yeah, they did that
uh
here too. They
yeah, and
did.
so
Hmm.
eventually you ended up having two Caribbean groups that ended up fighting, which were the Belizeans and the Jamaicans at some point in time, after they
Wow.
realized they wouldn't be able to deal with the Black American population.
And
Okay,
it,
so
and
they
it,
wait, Crystal Ball. I asked this for a
okay.
reason. Hold up, because I'm familiar that Flatbush is now a little Jamaica, even if it's not named that, right? So
Right.
I asked you that. Why did people from Flatbush leave? Like, how did the Jamaicans get the stronghold or the Caribbean, right? And so what I found was a pair of brothers, FBA, from Queens, who told me the story that in Queens, Black Americans were actually given money, like, here, you want to sell your home? And some of them left that way. So it's a lot of things that I do know and a lot of things I don't know. So when I hear somebody who knows the history, then I ask them, certain things about what they're saying. But yeah, so the Showers Posse was here too. We done battled every demographic here from the Latinos to the Caribbean and stuff like that. But y'all got to understand one thing. We have a culture of fighting one on one. We don't necessarily run for weapons, right? We don't run for pew pews and stuff. Even Nipsey says it when he says, take you around the back, make you expose your rage. I don't think he was talking about weapons. I think he was talking about boxing. Like, my father literally would take me outside to fight. Like, if somebody was bothering me, we did one-on-ones, but these other groups come through with pew-pews and stuff. So I wasn't around during the Showers Posse, but I do know Black Americans, right? And we gonna give them as good as we get. I hear that they were also in Philly. Block, if you didn't know, Philly shut down one of their main capitals from what I'm hearing. And then they were also in Texas. I found out from an SBA brother, and I'm like, what? They was doing all of that? But I do know individually after the Showers Posse disbanded that if you fight any one of them demographics, from the Latinos to the Caribbean, I never really had to live around the Africans. They might run for a weapon if you get the best of them. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Yeah, thank you
Well,
guys.
They
one of
they
the
do they do they do they do run when we stand up on our 10 toes. They do run.
well, I wanted to address this thing if the host don't mind. This journalist Torre, giving people permission to, you know, uh, translucent people. He's giving them permission if a black person is working for ICE or DHS or anything like that, he's given them permission to use the N-word towards those people. Now, this is strange because Touré is a hip-hop journalist, and sometimes he delves into social issues. However, this dude, his grandparents are from Barbados and the British Virgin Islands. He's out of Boston, Massachusetts originally. And I'm saying, well, how can you give anybody permission to call us anything? You're not even an American. You're not the same type that we are. You have a lower tier of citizenship. And he's taken it upon himself to give these people permission to talk to our people a certain way. Mind you, this guy has been brought up on charges for harassment of women and all kind of other stuff. So, I look, tethers are always in Black Americans' business. And it's amazing because so many on that Eastern Seaboard feel like when they speak for Black Americans, and they don't. They're not us. And, I'm hoping social media will remind Touré of who he absolutely is. He's married to a Lebanese woman, and he's a tether. So I'm not understanding, how did he become us?
But you
He
know,
was allowed in the space. Okay, now I want to say something to Dino. Dino, I read what you put in that comment section, okay? And I've been waiting for them to finish talking so I can address your ass. For you to sit up there and say that white people built Australia and Canada without you, so what you saying?
That's a lie.
If Black Americans did not exist in America, if Black Americans did not fight for freedom as well as rights in America, America would not exist now. If you don't understand that, how fucking slow and dense are
There
you,
is
sir?
freedom in
Do
Australia.
you
There is freedom in
understand,
Canada.
Oh,
sir?
hold on. You
No,
had
no, no,
had
no,
Black
no.
Americans that left this country and went to
Sir, I
Canada.
am speaking. I understand you on my side, but I'm talking to Dino.
Yeah, but you got to make the real points.
Did I
See
get a
this.
fucking
This is
chance
a
to make
problem
the
with a lot
point
of y'all off
yet?
the East Coast. Y'all don't be bringing it. Y'all be like just repeating stuff and saying, like, give them the real points. Then, if you know, tell them
Don't
about
come
our
up
people.
here with no bias about the East Coast. She's from New Orleans. What are you doing? What are you saying, Block? What are you saying?
Give him the real information if you got it.
You
Can I speak?
literally cut me off when I was speaking, sir.
Yeah,
So
hey,
how am
Block,
I
let
gonna
her
give him
finish. Go ahead,
information when I'm
go ahead,
speaking?
Jerry. Go ahead, you got it. Go ahead. Hey, Block, let her finish.
Yeah. But Dino, you do understand the economic power that the United States got in the first place was from the enslavement of Black Americans in America. That's how they got the global power in the first place. Now, if Black Americans did not fight for their freedom, aka my ancestors, as well as the rights in this country, America would not exist. If you don't believe me, you can Google it for your goddamn self. The reason why it would not exist because Black Americans aren't just a people that were here. We helped create and shape the culture of America. We also helped create and shape a whole lot of things that literally. I'm sorry, somebody pissed me off. But look,
can I say this, my
on,
sister? When you sit your ass on the toilet, that's all I gotta say.
Stop.
This is what I would like to say, Dino. I don't see how Australia and Canada is relevant to Black Americans. We're not in those countries, right? So I don't know why you brought those people up. First and
I was
foremost,
answering a question. I was answering simply a question.
May
tell
I
me what
answer
your
his
people have
question?
built. Tell me what your people have built. Don't tell me what a white person
I have a
built.
question. Why are these dingy people trying to diminish us? Why are you trying to diminish us?
Jealousy.
Do you
I'm
want the
asking
answer?
him.
I can
Why are
answer.
you trying to diminish us?
I did not. I got asked
What are
in the
you doing then?
somebody asking me on the
You're
chat some
sick
question and I
in your
answered.
head.
I think
You
you are.
know. Well, why don't you go look it up? Australia was built by convict leasing,
I know
right?
that.
They got a whole bunch
Still
of
white
broken
people.
down.
Still white
Shut
people
your
though.
fucking
Still
face.
white people.
What's wrong with you?
Read the history. I didn't say anything wrong. I said it was built by white people. You said
You
they're
know what?
criminal.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Since you at the bottom block party, you said that I didn't say anything impactful or anything. Okay, in short, the religious pursuit
Never used the word
of the
impactful.
religious
I said
pursuit, the
factual.
religious pursuit of the rights by Black Americans did not just change America for the better. It shaped the very definition of America. That has happened. That has had a profound impact on the world. So it's not just me was trying to finish my sentence multiple times and kept getting cut off. But yeah, I wanted to say that too, sir, for Dino to understand. It's not just you talking about Canada and Australia. That has nothing to do with us. And you keep trying to give YT people credit for shit that Black Americans did. And that's the weird thing. That is the weirdest shit I've ever.
It is weird. And the other thing is, are you aware that these people colonized the world, every speck of land? And that is how they got the wealth to be able to build other places that they lived, even though they did use convict leasing. They
That's not
still
true.
st- really? Are
I can
you
prove it
saying
to
that
you.
Australia did not use
I can prove it to
UK
you.
money?
Can I prove it to you?
Are you saying that places like Italy that have beautiful churches, places like Spain, places like that did not use money from
Why don't you
absorbing?
allow me to answer then?
No, because I already know how they got their money.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Let me talk then.
No,
You
I'm
see?
actually
You don't want to
Dino,
learn. Yes,
Dino,
you don't
Dino.
have anything to give. You come from a
I
trash culture.
do.
You don't have any information.
I never been colonized
You
at
keep
least.
trying to you are so bent on diminishing Black Americans.
I did
You
not.
can't even see straight. You're a
I did not. I
sick-minded
did not.
weirdo. You're sick in your head.
I'm not.
You need mental counseling.
Did he really
I'm
say that
You're
objective.
Australia
sick. All
was?
Africans are
I am not.
sick. You have to put us down because you understand that you come from nothing. And you
I am
should
not.
have more to show from yourself than what you're showing. So you have to sit up here and put us down, drive yourself crazy till you want to pew pew us
Nope.
and
Nope.
and boom boom us. You're sick in your head
I am not.
and you're coming to an end because everybody knows about you now. People know
Good.
about you. So keep on playing your game. It's going nowhere. You
Well,
don't
you'll
have
go somewhere,
anywhere to
right?
go.
You'll go somewhere, right?
You've run out of places to go. You're
What are you
not
talking
hiding
about?
behind our skirt tails.
They are deporting people from all over the world back to their homeland.
They're doing the right thing. I support that.
They are deporting everybody. Everybody got to go back home.
Everybody
They
that's
want
illegal.
everybody has to go back to their homeland.
That's
Period.
illegal. That's a
Dino,
criminal. I am
What
not
you
criminal
mean?
nor illegal
It's not illegal for you to go. Why you don't want to go to back home?
because this is
Why
white
nobody
man's
don't want
land
to
and
go
I'm
back?
here
Why nobody want to go back home to where they come from?
because this is
We
my home
here.
now. This is my
Our
home now.
people been here and we've been fighting this battle since day one.
I don't have any
We've
fight to
been
fight.
we've been on this soil and on this land fighting this battle from day one. Where
There
you
is
at
no
in your
battle.
homeland and fighting your battle from day one? Why are you flinging over
I don't have
to
any
our
fight to fight.
land? No,
This is not your
go
land.
home.
This is everybody's
Handle
land.
your business as a man. Put your
I am doing it
fucking,
as a
like
man.
they told us, pull your boots up, pull your straps up, pull your underwear up, and get to stepping. How about that?
Then
Go
why you why
home.
why don't you do that to me then, or to any foreigner if you
Go
have power?
home. I
You
don't have
just
to
talk
go
on
home.
TikTok.
I'm home.
I am home too.
I don't have to go home.
I am home too.
Where you home at? Where you
In
home at?
America. In America.
Where you home at? In America? And
you don't think
you
it's weird, Dino? Come on, bro. Let's be real.
What do you mean it's weird?
You know that your homeland is over in Ethiopia, correct? You know that, right?
I am in America. I'm a free
I
thinker.
don't give a
Nobody can
damn
tell
where
me.
you immigrate. I don't care where you fled to,
And
sir.
I don't care about your opinion either. I can stay
But
here
see, it's not an
legally.
opinion. It's not an opinion. I'm actually stating facts. I know where my ancestors come from because guess what? I've traced
I do
mine
know
back to the
too.
early 1700s, sir, with documentation. Can you trace yours back?
Yes, in Ethiopia.
As a matter
Now
of
I'm
fact, I
here.
can tell you, I can clearly tell you that you cannot say they were in Ethiopia.
I am in Ethiopia. I'm Ethiopian. And I
No,
live
you're
in
not.
America. And so what?
You're not Ethiopian.
Okay, what I am? What I am
What
then?
are you?
I'm
You denounced
Ethiopian.
Ethiopia once you took the oath to become an American.
Exactly. So I'm an American now.
Well, let's see if you really are. Say something anti-American and anti-Trump. And let's see
Why I
if we
have to
can
say
record your space and send it in to DHS
record
or
all
the
you
Trump
want?
administration and start
Look,
denaturalization.
record
See, we
all
can
you
do that
want.
and can't be kicked out
Yes.
of here. You can't do that.
You can you look, you can record all you want. I voted for Trump. Okay, I agree with his
Again, I
policy,
can say
especially
something against
economical
him and I'm not
policy.
going anywhere. You can't do that. We have different types of citizenship. Yours is a lower tier.
But still allow me to
So
work and
don't
live
act
here,
like
is it?
you're us
That's all I care.
and you have the same rights that we do. Because if you did, you'd
I
be able to
cannot
make
be only a citizen.
anti-American statements and get through the wrath of that
I
with no
did that.
problem.
I did that in the
Okay?
past. Yes,
No,
I
no,
did
no,
that
no,
in
no,
the
no.
past.
Do
Can
it
I ask a
now in a
question?
recorded
Because
space.
now I agree with the
Can
government. I
can
agree
I
with the
ask a
government.
question?
Sure.
You passed all the waters, all the countries. You could have landed in every daggone country. Why you came here to the United States of America when you could have went to your next door neighbor? You could have went to another country not too far from away from this country. You travel all the way over to this
I did
country.
not travel. You saying
What you
that?
did? You walked?
Oh,
How you got
no.
over here?
Okay, I'll
You didn't
respond to
fly?
you. No, I
Did you?
applied for. Listen, you ask me, right? Let me
No.
answer.
How did you get here? You got a plane, boat,
Plane,
train.
of course, plane. How you gonna come from Africa? It's
Okay,
very
that's what
far
I'm
away.
saying. You flew all the way over here. You
Okay,
could have stopped at any place before before you land your plane here. You could have went to any country before you land your plane here.
But
so
more
so
importantly
so
is
what's got to do with it?
how do these people that get here, how do you these are third world countries that are corrupt. How do you guys automatically end up with access to applying and being accepted for asylum or citizenship, whatever you get here,
I
out
didn't
of
come with asylum.
everybody in your country? They want, and something you guys never address is the fact that a lot of you guys are sellouts where you come from, or you're related to the people that have run those countries in the ground. And a lot of y'all skip past that in these conversations.
You didn't ask me. If you ask me, I'll answer.
Thank
Ask
you,
me, I'll
thank you, my
answer.
brother. You're absolutely right. And then, can I ask the panel this here? And if you in a community that's like African American, whatever, and majority of the gas station and everything is run by what?
Indian,
Arabs
Arabs, and maybe
and
Ethiopian.
then
I'm Black American,
right,
just FYI.
huh? Yeah, and majority of them gas stations are run by them, right? And if you in like New York, California, and other places, and the brothers that got arrested for the flowers, right? But the majority of them people that own them, that basically own them, tobacco spots, who they ran by? Raise your hand. Who they ran by in the community?
By foreigners. Why don't you own one then?
So
Right.
You have the
somebody
chance
said
to
a
do it.
lottery. Somebody said you
Who,
guys come here by lottery. You believe a lottery is not rigged in these third world countries? Like y'all got to stop saying stuff that, like, they don't have an honor system. They're not honorable people. Why would
You
you
are.
think a lottery is how they get here?
That's what it is.
It's
it
not
ain't
a
no
lottery. It's
daggone
rigged.
lottery.
What is rigged?
It's
That come
rigged,
from
bro. It's
America,
not a
from the embassy.
lottery.
Come from the embassy. Okay?
Dude, okay. It's rigged. I don't care
Okay.
what you say.
Now
Okay,
I got
Nothing.
a
you
You
can believe
can't
son
what you
believe
want.
anything that come from those countries.
right
Okay.
now, I got a son that been overseas in the Asian community, Thailand, Malaysia, and everything. He told me you got to have a visa. You just can't like the United States. They come over here and they try to run shit. But
I
when
got a
you go
visa.
when you go to other countries, you gotta have a visa. It's either a month, 2 weeks, or whatever. But you gotta abide by the laws. When you go to Dubai and all that stuff there, my ladies, you got to make sure you had to have a certain attire on because you cannot be accepted. You gotta cover your body up and certain stuff. So you gotta respect each country and their religion and how they and their immigration status. Am I right or wrong?
You are
So what
completely
makes
wrong. You are wrong.
so what
You
so
are
So
what
wrong.
the
You
makes it
lottery,
saying
so
so
the
what makes
lottery
it
that they in, they have them fill out papers and they draw their names. I believe they're bringing them over here so they can go over there and take over their land.
but I'm like, what makes them think that we can't abide by our laws
Do you
over
really have
here
to do that to take over
in,
their land?
in the United States of
exactly?
Yeah,
America?
That's what I'm
because
saying.
they
I
they
know
You
trick
when
giving
they
they
got
too
like
much
Olympic
Come
Games,
credit.
on
they can't.
now.
They really can't
yeah
really put up a fight.
they're tricking them. They're making them think that they're coming over here and things are going to be better. So they put their name in a lottery. Well, all in all, they're going to go over there, take over their land. And then they thinking they working over here. They got to pay their family money back over there. So when they go back home, they going to have to pay to be over there to live when they were already living over there for free.
Right.
So all this, where did you read all this stuff? What you said right now?
I know a lot of immigrants.
Well, you just watch. Why don't you hear from me then?
Why don't I what?
Why
For
don't you hear it
you.
from
He
me?
said, why you wait for him?
Why
I'm
don't
sorry, I
I
you
don't
want to
said,
hear
understand
it
your broken
from
English,
me?
bro.
Why don't you want to hear it from me?
hear what
How
from you?
how we came here?
You just said a lottery.
I said a lottery given by U.S. Embassy, not our
Ex-
country.
exactly. The U.S.
So
Embassy, they trick y'all to come over here to
they did
think
So
y'all
not
going
who
to have.
gave them the
they did
names to put
not
in the
trick me.
lottery?
They did not trick me.
Where did they get the names from to put in the lottery
Exactly.
system?
We apply for it.
Exactly, you apply for it right. I'm agreeing with that. But at the end of the day, they set it up like that to get.
They
You
did
think
not
you're
set
going
it
to.
up.
Now
Okay,
can I ask you
so who
a
set it up?
question?
Because if America want to take my country, they actually can do it. But there is no reason for it. They just want to give
Can
us a, it's called diversity program, right? So they want to make more diversity in the United
It's
States. So they give
easier.
50,000 visa around the world. Okay,
can I
that's how
ask
people
you a
come here.
Right,
question?
but it's
We need a
easy.
moratorium on that for about 30 years.
It's easier
At
The
to
least like
level
put.
of
100.
stupidity is
Can I ask
crazy.
It's
can I ask
easier
you
to
a
put you in
question?
a
The level
lottery
of
and get you to come over here
stupidity in this.
than for them to have y'all go to war and they got to come over there and clean it back up.
I didn't go
Then
to
you,
war.
Can
oh
I
my
ask you a
God.
question? When you
I
came
went to
over
school.
here, can I ask you a question? When you
Sure.
came over here, did you mark white or black?
There is no
What
such a sense for
nationality
me.
you walk? When they say,
It
"Who are
says
you?"
nationality, and I put
Right,
Ethiopia. I put
and
Ethiopia.
is that white or black? Cause see, they say
It
white. Cause
doesn't
I did
say white and
because
black. Please listen to me.
I worked for the census for many years. I
Does
worked
not
every
say that. I'm answering to you. When we come here in the airport or in a visa, does not say whether I'm black or white. Does not say that. Please. I'm
what
answering to you.
what
And
did it
then
say?
once they come over here,
It
that's why they
says
let
your
the Arabs.
citizen. Ask me
That's
what
why they
citizen.
let the Arabs come in the black communities because it's all set up.
It's not
Yeah.
set up.
And sister, you know they got the gas stations, right?
The corner
And
stores.
the corner stores, the liquor stores.
But
You
why
know
don't
that,
you
right?
open it then? Why don't you open it?
Right?
No,
Why
Because
don't you
because
open your
all
own?
y'all selling is poison. Y'all got
Same
liquor.
reason why they give you just subsidies. I mean, what the fuck?
Why you buy that in the
You act like you
store?
open it
You go
with
inside the
like
store, you buy,
you
I
act like
right?
don't
you
go
open
to
them stores
corners.
with
I
just
don't go to
money,
Arab
like you had
corner
money when you came
stores.
over here.
If the
All
corner
y'all
You
store
had
are
got is
open,
subsidies.
that means
snacks.
somebody's going. If
All y'all got
somebody's
is
go,
snacks, liquor. Y'all sell pork, and y'all don't even eat
yes,
pork.
but somebody go and get
right.
those things, right? That's what they
Yeah,
open.
because they tell y'all to sell black people that stuff because a lot of them don't have vehicles to go shopping in the bigger supermarkets.
Why don't you buy vehicle?
Why don't I buy a vehicle? Because they give y'all all the subsidies before y'all come over here.
I didn't
Because
get no
they took because they took
so
your land. They took
no,
your land. That's why
it,
you thinking you
So
over
so
here
so where do you
working.
work? Do you know? Where do you work?
that's personal.
Oh, that's personal. Look, that's personal. I don't want to tell you where I work. Hey, I have an actual honest question though.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
all right. So you moved here for a better life and everything, right? Would you be okay if the United States took over Ethiopia?
If they agree to take over it, they can go and take over it. I live in
Agreed?
America.
I didn't say agreed. I said, would you be okay with the United States taking over Ethiopia and making it
Sure.
better for your people?
I am American, so I have to think like
Nah, nah, nah.
American.
That's
You
you're
don't
not
sound
I
answering the
American
gave
to
you the
question.
me.
answer. You
You're
didn't
not.
like
You're
it.
not answering the question.
Okay. Would
Would
you be
you
okay?
be okay
Yes,
with
I
the?
would be okay.
Okay, so
He a
all right.
sellout.
You love white people. That's
Now.
fine.
You see, you always have something to say. You never satisfied. As always, for 400 years, you never been satisfied. Be
400
satisfied
years.
sometime. For
Uh,
God's
Yeah, I'm
sake, be
satisfied that you love white
satisfied.
people. It's fine. I'm
now, can
satisfied.
I ask you
Man,
how long you been American? How long
20
you been?
years. Now it's 20
How
years.
20 years? Okay.
Yes.
That
Damn, they let your Arab ass
so
come after 19. I mean,
so you've
2011 is
been
crazy.
American for 20 years. I've been an American all my life. And
Period.
my grandparents and my great grandparents and my great great grandparents, all of them been Americans all their life. So
What's got to do with me?
you've been American for 20 freaking years. So
So,
so can I ask you, what have your ancestors contributed to the United States of America?
what
You've
a
been
white man
you've been
that came last
you've
year
been
contributed to America?
have any of them fought any wars?
Who, me? Other people fought
Have any
for
of
the
your
war.
ancestors been fought in any wars in the United States of America?
No,
Yes.
but the future war, I'm going to be fighting.
You ain't
And my
gonna
No,
be
children's going to
fighting
be
shit.
fighting.
I ain't asked you that. I asked you, is any of your ancestors, your grandfather,
I can answer to
your
you.
great
No, they
granddaddy,
did not
your
fight.
great
So
great
what?
granddaddy,
There
if
was
any of
my
them,
great daddy was in Africa, so he didn't fight here. It's
right,
logical, dude.
right, there you go, there
Don't
you
forget
go,
Obama was African.
Okay, we know that.
Obama, come on. We ain't even about to go there with no damn
there you
Obama.
go, there you go. So
So what is your point
your
now? You didn't make
people.
any point. My
I'm
ancestor
making
The
a
point
fought,
is,
point
how
etc.
you
So
gonna
because
what do you
fight for this
want?
country? We didn't fight for your own
So
country. You didn't
Africans
fight to
have
stay
some
and make it better.
contribution. If Obama was the
Obama
president of
wasn't.
America,
Obama
African
wasn't.
has some
Contribution.
So what do
you
you
ain't
want
First of
now?
all,
Yes.
Obama was wealthy. Like he wasn't the
Yeah,
average.
and he did more for the gays than he did for the black community.
and
So
my
who cares?
grandfather fought for
Hey,
Period.
hold
America.
on,
the
y'all. Don't say
Rainbow
that.
Society.
Hold
He
on. Wait,
painted the
They
White
exhaust.
House
call them
Exhaust.
rainbow.
the
Okay, can
rainbow.
I
Wait,
The
say
hold on,
rainbow.
something?
y'all.
Africans
Hold
fought
on.
for
The
America.
Hold
You
rainbow.
don't
on.
know.
Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. We're not gonna have everybody coming off that mic at one time, okay? So just calm yourselves down, please. One mic at a time. And big boy, don't say the G word. All right, saying Skittle or
My
Rainbow
bad. The
Community.
Rainbow Coalition. Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So the panel is open, but just talk one mic at a time, please.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
African
Hold
has a
on. Hey.
contribution.
Hold on. Eso. Um. Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Okay. I am originally from Ethiopia, so I live here in the United States.
All right. Okay.
So
What's your thoughts on the
I've
prompt?
yeah, I've just been listening to your argument about immigrant things. First of all, if somebody say you Black Americans will be next, it's that is somebody ignorant talking. So you shouldn't be saying all immigrant things that way because um, yeah, like for those who were born here and naturalized citizen, of course, not the same.
Well, the prompt clearly says misinformed melanated
Uh,
immigrants, so it's not talking about all.
yes. So if somebody says something like that, it should be ignored because I don't think all immigrant or all Africans thinks that way. So I myself, I am immigrant, and I know some of you were just saying, we're asking the this Ethiopian other guy online with you guys. You were asking him if he ever fought for this country. Um, I think in one country we are all not born to be a soldier. You know, there is in so many ways you can support the country, and not fighting for the country doesn't make you less American, because of course, you know, those who sacrifice their lives for this country should be remembered and be honored. Yeah, I'm grateful for them, because those of us who are just living in a city, working and enjoying life, because there are soldiers who are bleeding out there to protect us and protect the country. So I want to say thank you for their service. Yeah, so I would like to listen to you guys, and if you guys have any questions about immigrant, what I think, how I see things, and you guys can ask me. I really don't have much to say now.
But can I say something? When you say fighting for the country, right? A lot of the people, a lot of my people didn't have a choice. They had, if I'm not correct, you automatically had to go into it, regardless of whether or not you wanted to fight in a war. If not, our people,
Draft, you mean?
huh?
You mean
The
Yeah,
getting
when
drafted?
draft. Yes, you
That's
was
what
drafted.
everybody had to do that, not just
Right,
us.
you was drafted. And I remember about 2 years ago, a young lady told me that her son that turned a certain age had to sign up, right, regardless of whether or not it was your only child of a male, and had to sign up for that the draft. And it's not some individual choice to fight in the war. You have to go, or you go to jail. It's either one or the two. And am I correct? Muhammad Ali decided that he didn't want to fight, and he went to jail.
Hmm?
So when we talk about the wars and things that our people suffered from, a lot of our brothers that didn't want to go fight, they went to jail, and that was called free labor, right? And so they were doing free labor in the prison system. And regardless of what anybody say, we the only people with the only history that has been on this earth right now in this USA. And I don't give a heck of a tail when you come in here and talk about an immigrant or whatever. Ain't nobody never suffered as much as my people suffered on this United States of America. And y'all could take that to the sky, the moon, or wherever you want to take it at. But my people was the only ones that suffered, made out of furniture, made out of bait for alligators, made as breeding facilities. The only reason why we got penicillin, ampicillin stuff from a sister they took from ourselves. So don't and we live in the day because of one sister. So don't nobody can say what we contribute to this world as a whole. I land my plane.
Never said that.
and I
Never
wanted to
said that.
say,
I land my plane because all you're doing is coming over here and riding on what our people has already developed. Why you ain't in your country? Why can't we go to your country and lay up like you laying up here? Can
Because you
we
have
lay up
criminal
where you
record, you
lay up?
cannot fly. You don't have a
Can we
passport.
Because
can we lay up?
because
Can,
I do have
can
a
we
You
passport,
don't
lay
have a
buddy.
up?
Calm
54,
down.
54
Can
countries
we
that
lay up
have,
when you lay up? Can we
Can
go
I
to
hold
your
on,
answer the
country?
question?
hold on.
We
come
can
in my
answer the
country
question.
easily without problem.
Sorry, I land my plane.
You can go if you like.
Yeah, let's be honest.
54,
Nobody's going to Ethiopia to live there. My bad.
All right,
Go
If
ahead.
hold
you
on,
like,
y'all.
go. You can
Hold
go.
on.
go ahead.
Hey, Dino, stay on mute. All right, go ahead.
54 countries, and not one of them has created a safe space for any melanated person. I mean, I'm not going over there, but they don't even create a safe space for themselves.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah,
You
Can
stay
I
there?
answer a question?
Yes, Dino,
So the guy left you, right? That's why you
keep
pissed off to foreigners, right?
keep your racist trope to yourself. Black Americans spend 155 billion in in luxury travel. You float up to places on rafts in asylum shop. Stop comparing your dumbass to us.
But you complain about me opening a store in close to your
I'm
place.
not complaining about anything because you'll never be anything but a dusty foreigner.
But I'm still here. You got pissed.
To leave, and you're going to be oppressed while you're here, and that's the
I'm not.
main point. You will feel the heat of people not wanting you here, and you will have no place to hide in the future.
Can I answer a question?
Shorty.
Say this to a sister who is talking. You know, somebody else's life can be mine. You know, I can only live my own life. So when personally, I don't have any issue with black Americans. I am actually married to one, and so the other thing is when I just want to say a real thing. So we are not here to insult each other, I guess. Nobody's
In the
comparing.
Is
room
that how
or
you
in the
got your
country?
green? Is that how you got your green card?
Uh, no, not green card. I'm actually a citizen. So that's not how I got my citizenship. My question for you guys, and you guys were just saying, why can't you go back to your home country and make a safe living or whatever, right? So the first question shouldn't be that, because the very system this country created is what we used to come here. If that system wasn't there, we wouldn't be here. So if there is anything to be changed, you should change the system you created
I got
instead
two
of
questions.
complaining.
Okay,
Yeah.
so A, why first, why did you come over here? And B, if you know there was a system that was enslaving African people and bringing them over here and everything, why did you trust that system to give you a free ride over here?
Okay. So the other thing
Because the
also, the
world
sub.
is changed.
No world has
Let me
changed.
answer. Let me answer it. So the other thing also, not all black Americans, but some of them are misinformed about immigrant, because when we come here, the subsidies you guys were talking is wrong. We work as hard as any Americans. The only difference is when we work, we're not working for ourselves. We only for ourselves. We make enough,
Who
not
you
just for
working
ourselves.
for?
No, I'm trying to answer. We're not just making enough for ourselves. We are making enough so that we can help our brothers and sisters. We live for each other.
So
That's
you
the
funding
difference.
your country basically, and we can barely take care of what's going on here. I asked you, why did you come over here in the first beginning?
Oh, I choose to come here. I wasn't forced. I
So
choose
it
to
was
come here,
better there. So why? So was it
looking
better
for a
to come
better
here?
life. Looking
So
for a
can I
better
ask a
life.
question? So if the draft come in and they tell you going to get drafted, will you fight for this country? If the
Yes, when you
draft come,
Of
if
course.
the
yes,
Of
draft come
course.
yes,
in and they draft
yes,
all your immigrants, MFers, right,
Of
to the
yes.
course.
front line, right? Will
You know
Of
y'all
when
be
I
able,
course.
y'all be able to step up besides my children and other
yes,
people's children on that's from this soil, right?
Of
Now, will
course.
y'all step up and say, okay, we're going to draft all the immigrants that came over here and they're going to fight in the war? Will y'all be able
yeah,
to step up?
I
How we
live
know
yes,
that
most of
you
my
ain't
life
step up for
here,
your
yeah.
own
so
country?
it's
You ain't
obvious.
step up for your own country. So
Oh my
how you
God.
going to step up for this country? You ain't step up for where you came from. So you telling me that if the United States of America say that all them immigrants that's over here gotta be drafted into the war, whether it's Russia or
I
whatever
keep
the war
answer
might
to
be.
you. You never listen. I said yes. I said yes.
You know
That's
why
what
I
you
don't
agreed.
May
believe
I
that?
ask a question, Dina? Oh,
I
Now you don't believe because you
may
are
I, may
always
I,
conspiratorial. You don't believe anybody.
may I ask a
Every
question real
history is
quick?
fake.
Go
I
on,
mean,
my
I don't know.
sister. Go on,
Didn't
my
Everything you
sister.
nobody say your story was fake. You just wasn't answering the
no,
question.
everything that
Yeah,
we said you think is
No,
fake. So
I
no,
we
didn't say it
lie.
was
I can
fake. I
answer.
Everybody's
said I
lying.
don't believe it. Well, hold on. I said I
he
don't believe it
That's
because
subjective.
even wait, hold on. Even when we was asking you, would you fight for your country? Just going to war is not fighting for your country. It's building your country, building buildings, building great education systems, building the healthcare system, building a welfare system for your country so you can actually live in your country and have it be a better place and be a better thing. But
What
you're
makes you
saying
think
that
I'm
you
not
came
doing
here
that?
But did you pay
because you're
attention to
here.
what Ari said? He said they come over here just to make enough money and send it back to their family. That's all they trying to
Yeah,
That's
do.
no,
but
that's
so
his
so
experience.
so they're
Mine is
leeching. They're
different.
here
We are different.
so they're here leeching off of us because the American dollar goes
Not
further,
off
so
of
they can
you.
send it
Yes.
back.
Not off of you. You are the
Yes.
11%.
Dino,
Not off of you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
That's so funny.
You've been
Still
over
leeching off the country.
you've been over here for quite some time.
Correct.
Do you have any family in Ethiopia? Like brothers or sisters or cousins? Do you have any family back home? That's no, that okay. Your mother, father, nobody's in Ethiopia?
No, my mom only. She's here.
Okay. So if you had if you get drafted and you had to go to war and for some reason, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but I'm just being hypothetical, you had to go and fight Ethiopia for the United States, you would do that, huh?
I live here. Yes. If I don't
Okay.
like if I don't like what they do, the American people, then I'll oppose to it. But the
Okay.
draft is draft because it's a law, it's obligatory, mandatory. You can't just say like today I'm gonna be. The draft is for everybody. It's not exclusively for me.
Yeah.
The law doesn't work that way. So
Right.
when they draft, the
Right.
country's in trouble, and then they said you have to fight in Ethiopia. If I don't like the fight in Ethiopia, just like the Vietnam War, people were protesting. If the fight is unethical, then I protest. If the fight is ethical, then I'll fight. That's how the world would work.
Okay, okay. I understand it. I understand that. And see, like my father was in the war. I have family that was in the war, but we are from this land. I'm listening to what you saying that you would actually go and fight against your own people. That makes me
Damn.
think, why should we trust you?
Good.
Oh,
Exactly. Who said you have to trust me?
we don't.
You don't have to trust me.
Our government.
The
That
government
you
trusts me.
if I'm
The
thinking that you
government
think
trusts me.
if I'm thinking that you think the government is not thinking the same thing,
No,
why
you
should
know
we
what?
trust you?
Because there is something called
You would
swear.
be considered a traitor.
They
No,
probably
because
have him on
because
the list. They
no,
watching him. Don't believe
because
that.
all right. Because when you become a citizen, you swear, okay, in the Bible, and you agree on that swear.
You don't believe in the Bible.
Oh, I don't believe in the Bible. Okay, then Ethiopia is the original Christian nation for 3,000 years. Go and read the book. We are all Christian. Okay, so please, before
Yeah,
talking,
he's
read
right
a
with that one.
book.
Somalia and Ethiopia are two different places. Somalians are Muslim. Ethiopians
We've
are
been fighting
Christian.
all the time with Somalians. We've been in a war with them because we are Christian nation. And when we
Because
swear in the Bible, you swear in the Bible, and you go by
because
that.
because if I got a job in another country and that country went to war with America, I wouldn't fight that war against my own country.
I didn't get a job in
Yeah,
America.
but the Ethiopian Bible is different.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's more complete.
Hey, y'all, hold on real quick. I want to let Paul get involved in the conversation. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, how you doing, sir? And how's the Queen Wani doing? I follow you a lot. You like the Oracle in the Matrix.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm real good, real good. Hey, listen, Oh, by the way, I'm from the South Side of Chicago, and I'm FBA, and so now I got that out the way. But I've been on a lot of different panels, and one thing I learned is that I'm not sure where a lot of these Africans get their education, or when it comes to dealing with Black Americans, they're always trying to play that gotcha. I don't understand something. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. A lot of times, it's not asking questions to be, to be knowledgeable about. It's more or less to interrogate, basically. because I saw one where this guy was trying to interrogate this young lady, and he said, well, yeah, you say y'all independent, y'all say y'all did this, but where's your borders? I'm trying to get with your borders. I'm like, well, we're in a country that doesn't need borders. He said, what do you mean? I'm like, look, there's no place in America that you don't meet all the Italians or all the Jews or all the this people, all this one people. We all together. You know what I'm saying? So if you got enough money and you want to live next to Warren Buffett, you can live next to Warren Buffett if you want to. So and he says, so I'll knock that out the way. So then he says, okay, but I'm just saying, I'm in Nigeria, we got our independence. I'm like, independence from what and from who? You know, y'all was fighting yourself, basically. So then you go into, well, are you an American citizen? Or are you American or are you American citizen? I'm like, look, both my grandparents fought in World War II. So that answers that question. No. Just let you know, in the Constitution, and that's not the law. He said the law is that you're 3/5 of a human. I'm like, no, but you got ratified on the 14th, but that's not a law. That's just like a guideline. No, that's a law. You know what I'm saying? I had to explain that to him. But then you go into, like I said, that personal attack on me when he said, oh, your grandfather, they're 3/5 of a human being. I'm like, so what are you? Now I was trying to help you out, but now you're gonna defame my grandparents, my grandfathers. You know, now I am all in on Dr. Claude Anderson and the other gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Playing games. Now I'm trying to help you out, you know, and everything. But I mean, I don't get it. They just want to try to nitpick every little thing to say that I got you on and everything. So they really not trying to learn or get educated, especially because they feel that I got my education from the UK and they got a superior education system. You know, I don't know. Maybe shed some insight on that for me.
You didn't
Who
get
were
the question.
you?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, who were you addressing, Paul?
I noticed that it's a lot of Africans that have landed on the UK. That's in the UK.
Been
That's
swamped
closer.
by them.
That's closer to Africa. So a lot of the Africans, they are implanted in the UK system. A lot of them. And they might feel, I don't know whether or not, I never lived not in the UK, so I don't know what the educational system is. All I know is what I learned here in the United States of America.
You know what's wild about that, Miss Crystal?
Hmm.
It's like it's like you overthrew. It's not like here. It's not like us. They overthrow the white people in their countries and told them they couldn't lead them anymore. They couldn't. We want to be free and independent countries. All right, they let them be free and independent. Then you fuck your shit up and you move to the white country. It's like, bro, like I don't understand why you just put up your bootstraps and fix your country. Like it doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense to me. It's so
Because they
stupid.
trick them and tell them they going to come over here and have a better life. They wanted to
Yeah.
give up easily. And they come over here and they see it's just as hard as over there.
But you know what get me upset a lot? What get me upset, panel? What
Just
get
give
me
it a
upset
moment.
a lot is that a lot of them come to our communities. But you see those YTs, they protesting, but they not in their neighborhoods at the liquor store on the corner. Remember the Koreans? I remember back in the '90s when the Koreans came in, they got a lot of sisters in there to cook their little fried chicken and all that stuff. Once they learned the recipe from our sisters and everything, we wasn't in those Korean restaurants and stuff. And them young brothers on the corner that was selling, you know what? They were calling them mama and daddy and all kind of stuff. I'm like, how you calling them? They strangers. How you calling them? How you calling this lady a Korean mama? How, wait a minute. Uh,
The
and,
Arabs too.
and I'm like, how you doing? No, 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 brothers. They not your mama. Your mama
Yeah, I
is
always had an issue with that.
and and and
Said
and
that?
and yes,
What's going on in New York?
and no,
No, a lot of
no,
Arabs
no.
was a lot of blacks was being nice to the Arabs on the corner stores and being nice and stuff
Right,
because they was allowing them to sell drugs
right.
on their
They
corner
No,
no,
I
you
don't
store.
know
can't
nothing
say that. You
about
can't
that.
say that. You can't say that on TikTok.
Oh.
You can't say the
The
D
biggest
word.
downfall of our people is our kindness, which is crazy.
And I got so upset about that. I really did. I was like, how you gonna call them mama, daddy? Wait a minute. I was so upset about that, right? And that's a transition that went on in the '90s. I'm talking about the '90s. I'm 60 something years old, so I'm talking about the '90s, right? And when I lived in Florida, I moved down to Florida from New York to Florida. I lived in different states. Don't get me straight. And I lived in Florida. And in Florida, they told me that I was overeducated and I was a Yankee. I never thought myself as being a Yankee because I've lived in New York all my life. So I didn't even know what a Yankee was until I went all the way down south, Fort Lauderdale. And when I went down there, they told me that I was over because I worked on Wall Street, on Water Street, at Manufacturers Hanover Trust Bank. And when I worked there, then when I went down there, I moved down there in the early '90s, early in the late '80s, and they told me that I was a Yankee and I was too overqualified. And every job I applied for, that's the excuse I got. And that was during Reagan was president back then. And remember,
Mm,
y'all might be young, but they gave what Reagan gave y'all? Cheese.
mm,
It's all of those
yeah.
statements, you could sue them for that today. Now,
Mm,
back in the day, if some melanated immigrant said some ethnic bigoted trash like that, they could get away with it. A lawyer wouldn't touch it. Oh, no, you're both black. So that's over. They can't be racist, but
Right.
mm,
they can. They
yeah.
can definitely be racist and ethnic bigots.
Oh,
And we're
And then
seeing that
and
right
then
now.
And then even my sister, I want to say this here. They talking about all the immigrants taking over everything. Back in the '80s, when I lived in Florida, black women was doing hotel work. They was cleaning up the rooms. They was doing all that back in the early '80s. We a lot of black women, I could say, people might not finish and got their high school diploma and things like that. People didn't get no high school diploma and everything. They worked those low wage jobs.
With those little wage jobs, they educate their children. Now they open gas station, hotel, motel, all that stuff.
Oh yeah. So in
Why
addition
don't you
to,
do it?
I
Why don't
forgot
you
to
do it?
mention that they felt that, oh, I'm an immigrant just like everybody else, and they asked me questions like, well, what would you do if ICE came to your door? Oh, I'll say let him in and have some coffee with him.
Yeah, and I have a good pot too, of coffee, right, waiting for him. Come on, I'll feed him. I'll feed him. What we feed him? Some collard greens, some macaroni cheese, and some fried chicken. Have a plate, my brother and sister. I don't. And if we can, let's mix it up because they said half of the goddamn ISIS is Latinos. Let's get it straight because in order for
I need
them,
clarification from you because that mama and papa shit is wild. It's literally wild. Do you mean mommy and poppy? Is that what you're saying?
who are you talking to me?
They
You,
say they
Crystal.
say stuff like "ma" and "pop."
Or
I've even
mommy and
seen that.
pop.
Right,
Right.
like when you come in there, like they would say, like when they would go to the let's say in the hood, in our community, and they say, "Hey, what's up, mom?" like that, or "What's up,
Right, but
pop?"
that never means, hold on. So they will call, Latinos will come in anywhere and call you mommy and poppy. They call me
No,
mommy.
I'm not talking
They,
about
no, 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 I
Latinos.
get that, I get that. So we don't call them mom and pop like they our mothers and pops. That's their greeting, and we're just returning their greeting to them. That's a distinction, but we don't ever mean it as if they're family. Does that make sense?
That makes
So
sense
if
to
they
me.
say, right, right. So if I go in the store and I say, hey, mommy, what's up for today? Can I get that special? That's their
Right.
greeting.
Right.
Yeah, because the way you said, no, we know they're not family. And we know mom and pops are our stores, right? They got bodegas. And so what
Right.
I'm seeing, right, right. I just want to kind of, because Ronnie's like, what's going on in New York? But no, that's their greeting. So we don't
Right.
mean that, right. So I also want to say this too. I see, and we got to be mindful, Crystal Ball, right? Not to cut you off or seem aggressive, but I like the truth out there, more context to it, because there are Latinos telling us on one post that the bodegas are our moms and pop stores, and I was horrified. And so were other Black Americans, because a bodega could never be our moms and pop stores.
No,
Moms
they
and pops
can't.
is our family. Yeah,
Right.
because the lines are being blurred now. So I just
Yes,
wanted
they
that
are.
clarification out there. That's all
That's
I wanted.
Can you
Yeah.
explain
you
the
are absolutely right.
bodegas?
I
Because
like to get that clarified. You absolutely right, my sister.
I
I
have
like to
heard
get that
the
clarified.
mommy poppy thing. What
Yeah.
is the
A
bodega?
corner store.
What's the bodega? Because I did have the impression that it was like a corner store. It's not?
Yeah, it is a corner store, but when we had we still have businesses, but we don't really have corner stores anymore. But our corner stores, any type of store that we have, that could be similar to a bodega, were mom and pop stores. That was us, right? And with the decline of our businesses and the uptick in
Right.
bodegas, they're bodegas, but now the younger generation are trying to get us to say they're our moms and pops stores. That can't be the case if my godmother owned a store that was the moms and pops. That if my grandmother's friend had a corner store and she was moms and pops, they're not family to us. And now they are trying to make it seem like we're family and that they should be called moms and pops. Also, the Arabics, right? The Arabs, they have the smoke shop. So in there, you might find some that make sandwiches, but primarily they sell like tobacco products and stuff like that. So they have
Right.
smoke shops and the stuff for the puff, puff, pass, pass, if you want to roll it, and that stuff there. So there's a couple of demographics here.
Because back in the day, it was all back in the day. I remember growing up. It was only our people that owned the corner stores.
Right.
When you went to the
Yeah.
corner stores, you got your Mary J. candy for a penny. You got
Yeah.
your candy and everything, and it was our people that owned the stores. And then what happened? I don't know. I'm just saying some kind of history. We was more so colonized and saying that we got to go to college and get our diplomas and our degrees and all that stuff there. And a lot of the mom and pop stores that had children, they left. They went to college. They paid for their college. They did whatever they had to do for their children to feel like they make them better. And then when they never wanted to come back and continue on with the stores that their mother or their father or their uncle, whoever, had developed in the community. So a lot of those stores, and then back in, I could remember because I stayed, my family's from Maryland, so from Baltimore, specifically from Baltimore. And I can remember in the Baltimore stores, a lot of them, what they did was because a lot of the owners got older and their children never wanted to keep up with the stores at that time when the Koreans came in and overpopulated the black community. They sold it to the Koreans. They told me point blank, I had one owner, a black owner that owned a corner store, and said to me, because his children did not want to continue on the legacy of the store, that they had to retire, and they sold out to a Korean. And then also when I lived in Florida, what the Haitians used to do was they lived in, one house, and they had what you call a pool of money, and they had a cup. They transferred all around the thing, and everybody helped each other out around like that. And that's what the
How is that
Koreans.
the foreigner's fault? How is that the foreigner's fault?
Yeah, and also what they do is they'll come here. They'll have people that run the store
And
for
if
about six
anybody want to,
years, and it's tax free.
and then after
Right,
that 6 or 7 years, they'll have new people come in under the same business, and then they'll do it. It's like a
right,
cycle that
right,
they
right.
have been doing.
That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. Now, if anybody want to have any correction with me, I'm just telling you what my living story is. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. I'm just telling you what I live.
So
I
the
lived in
question is it the foreigners' fault at this point?
Well, one
Is,
moment, Dino. Moment, Dino. I don't think that some immigrants have the range for this conversation, right? Because he's wondering how it's the immigrants' fault. But one of the last statements D made was that the immigrants will have somebody else come in there, or they get a certain amount of years tax free. I
Don't
don't think
forget
even
the
think.
churches. Don't forget the churches. Don't forget the churches that help
Are you
out.
talking about our churches once they went
No,
tax exempt?
I'm talking about that, and I'm also talking about the other churches that support the immigrants.
Oh, the sponsorships and all of that.
Right, right. Don't forget them. Don't forget them. They sponsor them just as well.
And they
You
have a
know what
certain
I'm saying?
they have a
still,
certain
no one
amount
is.
of grants
One
that they
minute,
give
Gino.
out. They have a certain amount of grants that they give out to certain people.
That's
You know
right.
what
No,
I'm noticing, guys? I'm noticing a lot of foreign churches going up. Like when we listened to that town hall call for the Haitians, maybe y'all wasn't in the room with us, but they have clergy now, and the clergy are and they're coming up. Nicki Minaj pastor, he's Nigerian, and then they're coming up and trying to preach like our preachers and stuff. This shit is getting really weird. I'm just going to be regular talking. It's getting really weird to me. I feel like I'm in a sci-fi movie. Like
Nicki Minaj is
yes,
weird.
I'm talking about overall. Yeah, I was just trying to make the distinction because they'd be like, "Oh, she's Christian. She doesn't do this. She doesn't do that." But she has a whole Nigerian pastor.
And she
Uh,
wears that devil worship stuff when she gets up on those award shows
Yeah, but this
performing.
is just really
but
weird. And then one of the pastors or the clergyman was like, he didn't grow up under hard times, so he don't want all that ripping and runs in the music. Talking about the choir, it's getting really weird. But yeah, our churches used to do a lot of sponsoring, but now they got their own clergyman that's sitting in town hall calls trying to tell the Haitians how to hide their assets or hide their children if they must be deported. This was before February 3rd. They
right.
were trying. Yeah, it's getting really
That
Corruption.
weird
see
for me, guys.
that temporary pass is deleted right now. The temporary pass.
But
The
he got to stay, right? So they got they got an extension on it, right? And Trump is countering it. And the last thing I read that Trump said was that due to the security issues, the Haitians got to go, the ones on TPS.
right.
So, yeah. So it's in court. It's a court battle now. But don't forget February 13th and I think March 3rd, there are two other groups that got to go, Ethiopians and Somalians. So it's going to be a battle. They're going to try to draw it out, I guess. I don't know. But I only came up here for clarification of the moms and pops because it sounded like we were going in there thinking they were our mama. And that's not the
Right,
case. It was
right,
a
right.
greeting that they primarily used. And so we go in there and say the same thing. Or now the kids go into the Arabic stores and say, what up, Op, to the Arabic. So it's a way that we greet certain demographics who have businesses within the area. And I don't have friends of that demographic, but I'm pretty sure if my oldest son has a friend from that demographic, he'll
Right, from
call him
the
my aunt
community,
or
because
something.
you know what?
Yeah.
Because my grandson is 21 years old, and I spoke to a lot of, I try to keep in contact and keep plugged up with the youth, and I never forget how I was a teenager. Always go back, I never forget that, even though I'm a senior, but I never forget where I come from as a teenager. And where their mom might be at 20 years old or 21 years old, and I go back and look at how I was at that time point in the gym and where they're at this time, and I look at that and I talk to them in a way that I have a good communication with the youth, and I also work with mental health and substance abuse in Baltimore, Maryland, in the Sandtown, Winchester area, where they had the riots at, right in that area. I worked in that area, right in that area. So I did a lot of work, and I could say that, and I got proof and newspaper articles on me and what I did in my community. I rest my plane.
What we will do though is if we have a best friend, we will call them like our second mother if they're involved in our life, right?
Right,
And then we call a lot of people, depend like in my house, like my parents, they're boomers, right? My father's 80 and my mama is 78. So if they had a friend that was like their best friend, we couldn't call them by their first name. We would call them auntie or uncle, right? It
right,
was that's customary. If we called an elder by their first name, we were in trouble, deep trouble. And so we don't really say ma'am here, but if they were just a friend or associate of our parents, we'll say, okay, Miss Tina. Let's just say Tina. Hi, Miss Tina, how are you? Hi, Mr. Charles, how are you? So we had to have a certain level of respect, and the elders had to have a title. We couldn't treat them like by their first name. So
no,
that
you
we
can't.
will say we have second mothers and stuff, and those were primarily our best friends
Right,
whose mothers was also involved in our lives. Maybe our parents had to work overtime and we were allowed to stay on over their house in a school night because we went to school together, stuff like that. It does take a village, and that's how our village was set up.
yes, it
Correct,
was.
Crystal? Yeah.
You are absolutely right, my sister. You are absolutely right because I got my mother best friends, and I call them aunties, and because my mother and we all grew up like you said in a village, and we all looked out for one another as a family. And regardless of what you came from, this mother and that mother, no, we all was a family together, and that's how it was. And I hope that our people get back to that because we so spread it out. We don't. I want to have. I wish that before I leave this earth, that we have that family connection back. Whether or not you came from this mother, that mother, but we have that family, that love back. We need to get that love back, and with our people, we need to get it. We need it right now. It needs to be needed right now today.
I think we're doing very well, and I'm glad that you came. And be sure to follow D. Right now, I think we are the most unified that I've seen in modern day history. Every voting season, we're unified if we're voting Democrat. Anytime they touch one of ours, we tearing the streets up together. But I mean, just sitting around and loving on each other and trying to heal whatever tensions there is, because everybody's take rap beef, right? And they run with it, run with it. But we're talking and we're moving past that. So that's why I don't like a lot of that whole you East Coast niggas, you West Coast niggas, you like I literally have been on these apps for years, just saying, I'm a New Yorker with Southern roots and this is how it is
Right,
for me, trying to heal. I don't like the people that come and divide us, but for the most part, now that's very minimal. That's very minimal, and I do try to shut that down because we're
right.
in a place of healing. And industry politics, I wasn't in no industry when y'all was beefing. Take me as I am, and we can move forward. We can't have division of any kind. But I'm gonna just land here. In my lifetime, in modern day history, I think this is the most united we have been, and thank God for social media that has helped be a tool of that healing. I'm gonna say that.
Yes,
So
and
we're working on it.
and you know
Actually,
what?
in the 60s, you guys were more
Hello,
united
hello,
than now.
Dino. You're not of our lineage. This was literally for our lineage. Literally. This ain't for the outsiders. And I hear you're not Ethiopian, but Indian. Like Indian,
I
red
was
dot
saying you were
Indian.
united even before. You were united in
But
the
I got a
60s.
I got a question for Dino. I want to know in your country if you can honestly answer what were you negatively taught about African Americans before you came here?
I swear to God, nothing.
Did you say we weren't united or we were united?
You were united in the 60s when Martin Luther King was president, and in
Well,
that
there's
era
a
there was
reason
really huge
why.
unity.
There's a reason
Martin
why.
No,
Luther King
wait.
wasn't the
I'm just
president.
answering what X said. I was just
Martin Luther
answering
King
for
was
her.
never the president.
I didn't say that you need unity. I was talking about unity.
Oh,
I was
let me tell
addressing
you
what she's.
something. This delineation has united us like no other.
I do believe so, and I
And it's
agree.
only going to get more united. So don't
It's a
worry
good thing,
about us.
and I love that. Yeah, I
Don't
won't.
worry about us.
I'm not worried. It
I
seems
So
think
like
wait,
you
Dino,
are.
I have a question.
sure.
You were saying earlier, like, it's, why do we blame the immigrants for taking the subsidies and coming over here and trying to get a better life? I,
They
I
don't get
don't blame you for
so.
that, and I don't. Hey, just
Yeah.
just listen to what I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
don't blame you. I don't blame you for that. It's just that it's kind of asinine to come in here and tell us that we shouldn't be mad about it either, or
I
we
didn't say
shouldn't
that.
have.
You're right. You're
Wait,
right.
wait, hold
Sure.
on.
Sure.
I I was saying what I'm saying is, like, why are we criticizing you for coming here for a better life? I understand that you came here for a better life and you want to have better things for your family and your people, and that's okay. But my thing is, you can't be upset that we're like, all right, you're doing good, and they didn't put all these roadblocks in front of you, because you gotta realize they did put a lot of roadblocks, a lot of systemic things that we still overcome to this day, or had to overcome in front of us, and y'all just came here on a blank slate and y'all were able to run. It's not every Black American was able to do that. Not every Black American is able to do that. So we
Allow
shouldn't
me
you
to
can't
allow
you
me to
can't
kind
be
of
answer.
want to
upset.
answer
Look,
Dino because
they
he
do
was
not
going.
allow.
1 minute, Dino. So I was born in the 70s, not that I wasn't around for civil rights. That's why I said, I benefit off of my elders and my ancestors' fight. But in my lifetime, modern day history, for me, this is the most unified. Of course, we were unified during civil rights, but I got to tell you the two systems that harmed that unity. I'll never disparage our activists. They did what they thought they had to do for our people at that time, but even they had second thoughts, right? Immigration and integration were the two that kind of harmed our unity fabric. Does that make sense? Because in certain areas, you are so diverse now, and you're marrying and having children and exchanging culture with others that you don't realize. I didn't realize the play. Even though I faced microaggressions, but I didn't pay attention to my government. Now we're locked out, and immigration is harming us just as much as integration did. And that's just my personal observation based off my experience and the things that I have researched, which I talk about. And the immigrants know we ain't all Black, or that the police will see us all the same, or the government treats us all the same. Why? Because they are giving handout after handout after handout. And they have about 5 caucuses that are in direct conflict with each other. So if they got the Congressional Black Caucus, the Caribbean Immigrant Caucus, the Haitian Immigrant Caucus, the African Immigrant Caucus, and the Somali Immigrant Caucus, right? Then that shows us already that they delineated from Black Americans. And that Congressional Black Caucus has about 44 immigrant background people on, and nobody is fighting for tangible specifically for Black Americans. See how that works? And members of that caucus, is Westmore a member of the caucus? I don't think so. But members of those demographics, Caribbean, Haitian, African, are voting no to think specifically for Black Americans while incentivizing their own. You see how that works? So I
That's
try to
right.
keep it out of the community and in the government where you could see these things. These are things you could go research. But see, immigrants will never get it, because the moment they say they get it, they will never benefit the same. They can triple and double dip. But they're all in conflict with each other, because if we were all the same and operating under one flat blackness, there'll be no need for the Caribbean, the Haitian, the African, the Somali. It will be caucuses, right? And there'd be no need for the Jamaican Chamber of Commerce and the Haitian Chamber of Commerce. There would be no way that I could research Yvette Clarke and see that she got Haiti, the TPS, and funding to stimulate Haiti's actual Haiti, stimulate the economic growth, and the same with the Caribbean. But anything for Black Americans, our pots are siphoned out to everybody else, and then we're labeled a hate group. Do you realize? HATE group, and or a cult? Do you realize that I realized the Latinos done delineated? Guess not from us, from each other. There is the National Association for the Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, Asian legislators. Now, when did Puerto Ricans not be Hispanics? I'll wait.
All right,
Wait, you need
so
it.
let me
I'll
address
let
to Big Boy.
I'll
And
let
Big
you
him
Boy,
know
answer.
what?
let me
Also,
answer to
too,
you. No, no,
my
no. I
Wait,
was
sister
waiting, Mister.
back in
Please
the
look.
day, we
Just
called it
wait.
what?
No,
Two
no.
faced
I'm
it.
not gonna let you talk
What we
because he
call
asked
that
me
Said it was
back
an
in
question.
the day?
Ethiopian, not no Puerto Rican.
We call that
No, he
back in the
asked me a
day.
question. He asked me a
no,
We
question.
I
I
did
need
ask
to
him a
answer.
question earlier. So
we
Exactly.
call that back in the day.
Let
Two faced it. Two faced it.
Let me
You know
answer
what
then.
two?
Let me answer the
You know
question.
what two? You know what two faced it mean? It ain't. It's very simple. Two faced it. You're two faced it. We call that two faced it.
Okay, can I answer the question to him? Now you say after
Yeah.
you say two faces. Okay, let me give you
Two
the answer. When
faced
you
it.
say like you guys should not be, we should be mad about it, and I agree with you. I'm not saying like you should not be resisting to this thing. But what I'm saying is you have the power. Like let's say some immigrants come and open a store in your neighborhood. What you have the power not to go and buy, but you do it, is it? And then you blame the immigrant. One. The second thing is if we come here and the system brought us here, why blame us? Because we are 2.8 million people, which means in the census, we are 0.02% of immigrant. You were in 2000, when I came here 2005, you were the 15% and the Latino were the 11%. Now you are the Latino were the 12%, you are the 15%. Now you become the 11%, they become the 15%, and they took all your territory. But you complain about the 0.02 immigrant from Africa. They are very tiny
What's
minority.
bothering us? Why don't
wait,
you
But
wait,
I
wait,
see
got,
wait,
that?
wait,
but
wait.
I got another
Can I answer them?
question.
Can I answer him,
How
please?
do?
Can I answer him, please?
Okay,
Can I
I was
answer him,
about
Please
please?
to
do
say.
answer me because with
Yeah,
you, I'm having nice
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. I'm not just talking about Africans. I hope everybody on the panel realize that. I mean all immigrants. I
Then
mean,
nobody's
it's
talking
not
about
just
Latino,
Africans.
is it? Nobody talk
I,
about the Latino that they
I
took
mean, what
your
do you mean
land.
about the Latinos? Because we
Just
didn't
brought
bring
up
up
the
the Latinos.
Latinos.
I'm
What are you
talking to
talking
you. You're
about,
not
Dino?
Latino. You're not Latino. You're Ethiopian. So why would I bring up Latinos in this conversation? I can
No,
bring up
no,
Latinos easily.
no. I
They,
agree with you, but
oh,
the most FBA people talk about a lot is about the people who look like them, and they are very tiny
I
minority.
got
Why
another
you got
question.
I
surpassed?
mean,
No,
because
it's
Look
that's the
the
only
all
census.
panels you.
all
That's
Look
the
the
only
immigrants.
panels
census.
you
All of
see.
the
Look
all
the
of y'all.
Have you
census.
seen this Bad Bunny conversation? Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
no, like that's the only ones you
Dino,
So
how
see.
did you
what
get?
I said is not
Dino,
logical.
how did you get over here? Did they pay for your plane ride?
Yes,
No, he said he flew. I asked him that
I
question
know, but
earlier.
who did the government pay for your plane ride?
yes.
See what I'm talking about? And that's money they giving y'all to come over here all the way
No,
from.
you
That's a
mistaken
couple of
because I
steps.
have a scholarship, which is different. I have a
A
scholarship.
scholarship. Who's
Yes.
funding it?
What do you mean who funding it?
Where is the
Americans.
scholarship coming from?
The scholarship where it come from? You don't know the scholarship
The
is funded
funding.
by it's not by the government. I didn't come by the government. I came by education because I had higher degree,
Who
higher
is
grade.
funding your scholarship?
The private entity,
Who is that?
not the private entity. I don't. You know what does mean private entity? Private hedge fund.
Americans.
If they
Our
don't fund you,
tax
what do you want me to
dollars.
do? If they
Who
don't
is the
fund you,
private entity? You don't know where the funding's coming from?
private entity. I don't know. I don't know.
It could be the Taliban. You don't know?
Oh, so the
What?
Taliban brought me to America.
I'm asking you. You don't know where the funding's coming from.
If the embassy give me the ticket, how do I know that who funded the ticket? Be logical.
I'm being logical. Who
Log,
paid for it?
I don't know. I just answered to
Okay,
you. I
now
do
you
not.
don't.
But I
So you
think
don't.
is the hedge fund because the way I heard it was, if you get good grade in a high school, right? If you're really
Class.
good grade,
I
and then
want you to look
and
up
then you pass
sister cities.
something called TOEFL, which means if you make 645
They gave you
points
some
in
tofu.
it,
And they got
TOEFL.
something called
It's called TOEFL. It's an acronym. It's like English as a foreign language. If you make
and they got
645 points, then you have good math skills, and then they give you to come here as a scholarship, and then you benefit the country. That's why I'm here.
You
And you
benefit a
guys,
country, and then they give you a corner store, and you sell liquor
I
and
don't have
pork
corner store.
and
I don't have
snacks.
corner. If you buy it, then they open it. What do you want? They don't go and
You
buy.
don't
If you don't,
buy nothing. You're renting.
no, no. What I'm
No,
saying is, if
no.
you,
What he's
the
saying is,
business,
if they open a store, we shouldn't buy from their store. Which I kind
Exactly.
of understand that, but still, I mean,
You
if you're
buy
the
and
only store,
complain. It just doesn't make any
well,
sense.
I
hey,
mean, you have little
hold on. I mean, if you're the
children,
only store in the location, I have to buy from
but
you.
you have some people that do not have cars. You have single moms who's at work, and those little kids are going to the corner stores buying snacks and all of
What's
that.
got to do with me? What's got to do with the store owner?
But do
What's
you
got to
not?
do with me?
Okay, right. But if I'm selling, what y'all say, don't say the words, illegal things, I'm selling it. I could say, well, the addicts don't have to buy it, but I know I'm giving them poison.
What are you talking about? If I put a poison, I'm not talking about me. I don't have a store, but whoever has a store and they have a poison, do you know what's going to happen to those people? What are you
No,
talking about?
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that sell people things that are illegal and
I
they get
got
addicted.
you. If they
Right.
buy that stuff and you go
It
and buy
doesn't
it, you
matter if they buy it or not.
oh my God,
I still
you
have
have
to be accountable.
no, you have the ability to call some number called 911, and then you can
Why
let
would
them
I be
lock up.
calling 911 if I'm the
Oh
one
my
that's
God.
pushing it? That don't even make no sense.
You said you buy from the store and they're selling something
I
bad, right?
didn't
Why
say
don't you
I
call?
buy from anything. I don't shop at a corner store. I'm saying
She's
those
just using a
things
hypothetical,
exist.
bro. It's okay.
Oh, hypothetical. So hypothetical, some people hypothetically selling something illegal. Hypothetically, someone buying it hypothetically. Everything we're talking about hypothetical, right? What are we talking about here? These people open a store, you go and buy it, you are satisfied, and yet you complain. If you don't like them, don't buy them. If they see their business goes down, they go open somewhere else or they do something else. But you allow them to go there and open the
I
store.
don't
You
allow
don't
them
open.
to do. I
I'm
don't
not
allow
talking
them.
about you. I'm not talking about you. This is educational, right? I'm talking
I
about
got
in
you.
general.
Hold on,
But
Dino.
but
Hold
but
on, Dino.
you don't see
Dino.
that in the other immigration communities. You don't
So,
see them in the Italian
Business does
community.
not work like
well,
that.
You
because
don't
the
see
Italian
them
Italians have stores
in the
in their
That's
own
not
Chinese
how the world
communities.
works.
community.
Italian
You
came did
don't
the
see
same
them
One
thing.
minute,
Irish
nowhere
because
came.
we
Wait.
can't
but
scream
in our
over each other. Hold
community.
on, guys.
Look, look.
Hold on, hold
Italian
on.
did the
Hold
same
on,
thing.
Dino.
You
Okay,
don't
okay.
see them in no communities but ours.
Right. So here's the issue. Here's the issue. Dino, you were witness to this, right? If you've been on these apps for a few months, you understand that Black Americans called for a boycott of the melanated immigrant businesses. We did, and that's how we. So I agree with you. Even if their stores are in our areas, we don't have to make them thrive. We can take our billions that we pour into them and remove it from them, right? Because we really don't need braiding shops. I'm about to
That's
find my
it.
cousin.
Thank you.
Hold
You
on,
you
Dino, I ain't laying. To
you
do my hair because the woman who is doing my hair is foundational, but she's in the Caribbean shop. And right now I'm boycotting them too until they get some act right about themselves. Because if anybody's supposed to be a writer, it should be them. But they haven't been since they migrated here, right? That's neither here nor there. So we can agree on that. The government will give you incentives to put them in our areas, but we don't have to support them because people can't thrive where they're not supported. Now, what was the last thing you said, Crystal? Oh, the Italians. You'll never see because the Italians put their own businesses in their shop and they give you the best. See, we were targeted, right? Because after a while,
right.
the Italians were able to ascend into some type of whiteness. We'll never ascend to whiteness. Everything that we have, we fight for it. We ascend to our own, and that's why we surpassing everybody in our a global influence, right?
That's
So because
right.
we're just mystical, we're magical up in these pieces, right? But
That's
because
right.
we did have our own businesses in our own areas, we were targeted. Unfair rent hikes comes to mind, right? And like you said, which I never thought about before, people want to go ahead and go back to the South, and sometimes New Yorkers will migrate to like to Philly or something, Long Island, go upstate. You know,
Right.
we leave the city. And we geared our children for what? Fast-paced corporate world, right? We
Yep.
allowed, and my parents did this with me and my sister too. They allowed, they didn't say, get a business and prime us for the business. We were fighting for corporate positions and all that other
Right.
stuff.
Yes, we
And
was.
now we're striving to get businesses back. So we have a lot of online businesses. We still have businesses in New York, but here's the issue with New York. We are more inclined to hire all demographics than they are inclined to hire us. And now it's to the point where I say people are losing their culture, and people say, BX, it's not the 1990s no more. Because I can go into a business and know it's a Jamaican business. I didn't have to say, wonder why my macaroni and cheese was on their menu, right? So now
Right.
what they're doing is kind of locking us out that way too. Using they know we make stuff pop. And I
You
feel like they're losing their culture and they calling everything infusion instead of standing on specifically their culture. So
right.
there's a lot of elements at play here. Diversity can be harmful to us as well as all immigration to foundational Black Americans. But I always say we're the greatest comeback kids there are. So I think the
We
liaison
are.
is doing just what it needs to do. They're talking about us mainstream, even if they took the video down. Credible news station did mention us as foundational Black Americans. So
Right.
we're making the
With the
distinction.
toilet situation, with the history
Why
about
you always, are you bringing up the toilet again? Please don't do that.
you
I
know
got
why
a weak
you know
stomach.
why I do that? Because everybody uses it.
Use the
But Dino,
doorknob too. They
but
use the
Dino,
iron board
my
That's
thing,
too.
why that's
but
why I bring it
Dino,
up, because everybody uses it. Everybody in the United States uses it. And
I,
thank
I
God
don't
for our
understand why
brother.
Dino keep talking about why would we buy something. If you know you don't like a people and you trying to destroy them, why do they take their money? Why do they
And
take Black
okay,
people's money?
let me answer to you. Okay,
And not
so
only that,
wait, let me answer.
right?
Let me answer. Let me
Let
answer.
me say something to your
Okay,
sisters. I'm gonna
okay,
say something to your sisters, right?
go ahead.
My sister said about hair, right? Well, you know that we used to control our sisters used to control the industry when it came to our own hair, right? And I'm a cancer survivor. So I went bald from chemo and all that stuff, right? But I know that our sisters, we need to take back our industry. Why are we allowing another industry to control us? And we need to take that control back. That's a multi-million-dollar business that we need to get our hands back on, because our sister that made millions are doing that, and we need to bring that back in, because I heard a lot of sisters try to start their own industry, hair stores and stuff like that, and they got locked out because of the another nationality. I'm not going to say it on this line, that closed our sisters out because they felt like we were a multi industry, and that they were making so much money off of us, and they closed out the industry to our own sisters, that we are the ones that deal with hair and stuff like that and products. So I feel like my sisters right now, we need to get that back and wear your own hair. Let's put it that way. Grow your own stuff. Stop wearing other people's hair. Wear your own stuff. And I think that would eliminate them for like I said, getting the finances out of our pockets, because a lot of us do that. When I used to go get my nails done, I used to ask them, "Well, why you got a mask on? I don't got a mask on. I need a I need a mask too. If these films is that poison, why am I putting poison in my own body?" I lay that.
Hey, I got a question that's off subject.
Can I answer now? You
I'm new.
asked me
I'm
earlier
new.
question.
No, so listen, I'm new to TikTok. What does the little blue things with the numbers mean by your face?
I don't know. I have six of them.
So hold
It's
on.
coins. People are giving you money.
Yeah, if they
Oh,
like
six people
you,
give me money. That's nice.
No,
or
I'm gonna
one
no,
go buy
six
because they
another
did
corner
coins.
something
store.
worth 6 coins.
Meant you
Uh,
talk
That's
too
so fucked
much.
up. Come on, dog.
So listen. What you do is look for. I think the tab should be TikTok Studio. Look for monetization. They'll ask you to verify your identity and hook up your PayPal account to it. And every Wednesday, if you make over a certain amount, you can set it as low as $1. So if you make $1, they will deposit it into your TikTok account.
Oh wow, damn.
Okay,
Yeah.
BX,
You're welcome.
do you want a constructive opinion what I think about how we can improve the community? If you want to hear me,
Who's we? Who's we? Because I gotta tell you, I'm
huh?
sitting here nice
No.
You a stranger to our land, so you only came here 2005.
You see, unlike
Wait a
unlike
minute.
you,
We've
I
been
don't
What
here.
mark my look.
community?
We've been here all our
What?
life.
Hold
So what
on.
are you saying?
What community?
Unlike you, I don't mark my territory
What
with the P like a
community?
dog.
What
Okay, I'm
community?
human.
Oh,
What
he
community?
referred to you as a dog.
What community? What community?
Any community.
You have a community, correct?
I believe I do. Yeah, everybody has a community. Everyone.
No.
Oh, you
You
don't have
have
community?
Crystal.
Did he say something
Why
like
are
a
you off
dog?
mic?
Wait a minute. He said a dog.
No.
He said community like a. Wait
Oh,
a minute. I
fuck
heard
it.
something
He
about a
said he doesn't
dog.
Yes,
mark his
he
community
said
like a
like a
dog,
dog.
but I
Yeah,
mean,
he don't
Hold
mark
on,
his
Right.
community like
Crystal.
a dog.
I don't
Right.
mark
Hey,
territory.
y'all,
I don't
hold
mark
on, y'all.
What you
territory.
Hold
mean that? No,
on.
no, 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 no,
Hold
no.
on real quick. Hold on, Crystal. Hold on. Let Wani had his back and forth with Dino real quick.
Never mind.
Okay, let me answer then, because earlier I was asked
I'll close my mouth.
by
I'll close.
someone.
That's what happens when people get mad. The truth comes out.
Wait, what do you mean? I'll repeat it. I
You
said I'm
just
human being. I
referred to
don't.
her
I
as the dog.
No, you heard it, the dog, and you think I refer her as a dog. I didn't say that.
You
You
Okay.
said
know, you
I
said
do
that.
not mark my community like a dog.
Yes, because I'm
That's what
human
he
being.
said.
I travel
And
everywhere.
then you said, unlike you.
I
Unlike you,
didn't
I do not mark my community like a
because
dog.
because she said what community. When she said that, then I say like
All you had to do, you could have even though we would have gave you some pushback, you could have said the black community. You could have said the black community with the immigrants who are migrating in. Like you had a lot of territory words. I said territory. Oh God, you had a lot of different ways you could have said that, but you went to a dog.
You
no,
had a
no,
lot
no,
of
no.
definition
they,
words that you
they
could have
know
said.
exactly what they
Okay,
You
I
could
would
have
the
say
said
only
a
one,
exactly what they
frog.
doing.
man.
You
You see,
could
they
have
don't
said
let
a fish. You could have said anything. You said a dog.
so what?
Yes,
What's
he
up, y'all? Can
did.
y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all
Yeah.
hear me?
okay.
Testing.
Yes,
Hey,
Jay.
good evening. Slash morning now. Damn.
Good evening.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he's saying. He's Dino said he's Ethiopian, right?
He sounds like an
Yeah.
Yes,
Indian
I am.
Ethiopian.
Okay, so what's the Ethiopian word for respect? What's the term for respect and awareness when you go somebody's place? What do y'all what's y'all saying? What's y'all term?
I didn't
No,
disrespect
I'm
anyone.
asking you though. I'm asking you a question.
What do you mean? What got to do with this conversation?
I'm asking you a question. What
I'm not.
does
I'm not gonna answer to you.
in your country? I'm pretty sure every person, every culture has a word for respect and
Okay, for
understanding.
every question that you
So
come up, I don't have to answer, right? I
what
ignore
does
this
that?
question because it's
What?
irrelevant to.
No, why? Why? Because you don't like accountability. Because you don't like being called out. Because you know that you have a word in your own language, what it means to be mindful and respectful wherever you
I am
go.
respectful. I just said
No,
what we
you're
can do
not.
to
No,
improve the
you're not.
community.
And so,
Oh my God!
while you're trying to compare us to dogs, we were
I
going to
did
say
not.
this: if
I
we're
did
dogs,
not. I
that
did
means
not
you're a
compare.
damn flea.
No, no, no.
That
You
means you're
are
a
totally
flea
wrong. Totally
because
wrong.
you depend on the dogs and thrive on them. You roam from place to place to suck off the energy
Okay,
that it
okay.
has
Rant what
because
you
you
want.
have no you bring nothing. You bring nothing but take. And you're trying to get us to understand these people have been nothing but graceful to you and respectful to you, and you're going to go ahead and
They've been
compare them to
insulting me
dogs.
all day long.
No, 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 no,
I was
no.
just responding
You're
to them.
still a guest. You're still a guest. And just like you told them, oh well, if you don't like it, if you don't want these people in your neighborhood, why would you buy? So why would
Exactly.
you go
That's
ahead and
logical thing to
subjugate
do.
yourself to here?
That's logical thing to
Why would
do.
you be in this room? Why would you be in this room then? Why
You
would you
just came here
partake in
earlier.
this
It was.
room?
Don't you see what it
Why
says?
would you be in this room?
What do you mean? I can
Why?
be in any room. This is
No, no, no,
African
no, no,
American
no, no.
community.
If you were saying
You're not no
that with
African
people being
American.
in our community and saying that these people are opening up shops in our neighborhoods, you said, why would we buy them? Why would we support them? So why are you putting your energy in here if these people are quote unquote disrespecting you? Why are
What do
you
you
in
mean?
here? Why Why are you in here?
I can be
Do
here. If
I,
you don't like me, you can drop me.
Now he boo boo
no,
the poo.
no, because you want to be here. You're patronizing your energy
I'm not
into our
patronizing. I
conversation.
am not.
Yes, you
Look,
are.
if I was doing
Yes, you
that,
are.
BX
And
would not
You're
have.
doing it doing
Wait,
it
Wait,
right
why
now.
didn't
You've
you go
been
to
doing
all
it. it.
the
You
other
consider yourself African
immigrants?
American?
Why didn't you go to the Chinese community? Why didn't you go to the Chinese community? Why you didn't go to any other community and open up a daggone shop? Why you had to
Because the
cut
land
off
is cheaper in our
Africa
community.
Can I answer to you?
and open up a
Can
shop?
I? You see,
Why?
don't let me answer.
Why? Because they didn't allow you to do that stuff, and it's an issue. That's why we fighting back.
They
That's why
gave him a free
That's
plane
not
ride
correct.
to come.
That's not
fighting
correct.
back.
They
That's not
gave you
correct.
a free plane ride to come over here and push poison
He
in
got
the
flew
African
in.
American
He
community,
got
and
flew
that's
in.
it.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is, and
You
that's
should know.
why
You
we
should know.
fighting
Look,
back.
look, look.
Sure
Let me
got
answer
flew
We
then.
need
out.
to
Let me
save.
answer.
We
Okay, now
trying to
Right
save
now.
our
why don't
babies.
That's
why don't
because
You
they
you're
knew it
playing your
why
wasn't
part.
safe.
why
One
don't you?
minute, y'all. Everybody. 1 minute. Jay is a mod, and he's trying to set the tone and get some understanding and get Dino into check. Please allow him to, because he's not going to yell over us. Go ahead, please allow Jay to go ahead and have this interaction with Dino, and I'm gonna mute myself too.
Okay,
And oh,
BS.
but before
Thank
he
you,
goes,
BX.
Just the other
listen
guy
to,
talking.
you're welcome. Listen to this. He went to saying African American, so he knew he could have even said that as a community, right? But you went to a dog, you know. Go ahead, Jay.
I can answer that.
No,
So
hold on.
again,
Jay's gonna talk
it's
to you first.
exactly like I said. Every country and every custom or in every culture has a word for respect and understanding. These people don't have the same energy and vitriol they have if they were next to their auntie or their uncle or their elders, their parents. These people know what disrespect is, and they just think that most immigrants have this anti-American, not just anti-black, but anti-American sentiment, where they think that Americans are ignorant because they come in here and they suck off the tick of America and take advantage and exploit it. So they feel like these people are slow and stupid, and they can just do whatever the hell they want. So they think they can just be slick at the mouth, and they'll try to blame it on a language barrier. But yet you're coming here on a scholarship, so you must know how to add. You should be able to know how to speak things. You should be able to know how to put the right type of sentences and formulate things. If you're so good at math, you should be able to communicate as well. But this is why we got a lot of ain't shit immigrants in here that expect us to just acquiesce and give grace because they have a damn accent, but yet they know goddamn well what they're saying and what they're doing, because they're always undermining. They're always undermining, and this is why he doesn't want to answer and tell me what his word for respect or awareness in his country. I could just ask anyway. Hey Google, what's the Ethiopian word for respect?
On the website translate.com, they say Amharic translation of respect is Akbra.
Hey Google, turn the volume up to 50%. Hey Google, read that again.
Sure. On the website translate.com, they say Amharic translation of respect is Akbra.
Accra. So does that word mean anything to you? Does
No, because
Accra mean
I
anything
speak
to you?
different dialect.
Oh, you don't
But it's
speak you
okay.
don't speak Amharic? You know,
No,
I
I
thought that
speak
was
different
your
dialect.
I thought that was your natural. So what's your dialect then?
It doesn't matter, dude.
Oh,
You
it
get the
does matter.
American,
It
right?
really does. No. You want us to come and understand and placate to you
Why don't you
and
focus on a
explain
real
things to
argument
you.
that we have to do instead of focusing in the word?
If my people gave you grace and they told you the things that you guys have done to impact us, and you did nothing but to gaslight, and you
I
don't
didn't
want to give
gaslight.
any type of ounce, yes, gaslight,
Why don't
because
you
you
let me
keep on
answer
saying
then?
this.
Why don't you let me answer?
You're not answering. You've not answered anything.
Let me answer then.
You literally declared that you have no right to tell me anything. That's the answer you gave
The
me.
same for you.
So you already told me that you're dedicated to not actually cooperating, right?
What do you mean? Well,
What do
what
you
is
mean?
to,
What do you
to
mean?
co-
The first thing that you let off was, I don't have to tell you anything.
Yeah, because you said, let me answer. You said, you don't have to answer. Then I don't have to answer anything about whatever
No,
you're
I didn't
asking
say
me.
you didn't have to answer. No, I said I
Okay,
need
can
you
I
to
answer
answer
now?
that.
Can I answer now?
Then answer, what is in your dialect? Please tell me what your dialect is
It's
in your
irrelevant.
culture.
It's irrelevant. I can't tell you. So
And
what?
then tell me what respect means and awareness and courteousness in your country mean.
Okay, it means okay. So what? Here you go.
So
I gave it to you.
it means kissy faces. That's what it means.
Whatever it
It
is.
means
Okay,
kiss
you happy
sounds.
now? You see,
No,
you're not having real
yes.
conversation with me. You just
Yeah, because
you
right now
have real
you're
conversation
acting like a
about
fool right now.
foreigners in
You're being
American.
immature. You're being
I am
immature. You're acting like a
very
child
mature,
right now. That's what you're doing.
very mature. Because you're asking me
Yeah,
irrelevant
very mature
question.
for a toddler. For a toddler, yes,
Why
very
don't
mature for a
you
toddler.
focus on the conversation
The
of foreigner
conversation
are
no, I
undermining
am
you?
focused on the conversation, but you have no right to actually dictate what the conversation goes. We caught you out on
Then I
something
don't have
and
to
you were
talk to
very
you.
disrespectful. And
I don't
now
have to
we're
talk to
putting you
you.
and holding you
If I
accountable.
was
We're holding you accountable
disrespectful,
for your we're
BX would
holding you
have told
accountable
me.
for your energy.
Listen, if I was disrespectful,
No, I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna mute you. We're holding you accountable for your actions. You're gonna go back on mute because if you go off of mute, I'm gonna drop you right now. Do you understand me?
do.
Do you understand me?
Please do drop me. Please do. Please do.
Okay, so you're again, you right now, I'm telling you right now, as a person that's on this panel as a guest, you're being disrespectful and you're
If you
not willing to cooperate in this panel. So
because
I'm
you
going
don't
to
allow me
drop
to
you
talk.
and I'm going to put you on timeout for
I don't
as
care,
a
man. I
toddler
don't.
that you
This
are.
is
I
what
know you're going to actually listen in here in the panel. You're going to listen in the audience because you don't know how to be respectful. Next.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Thank you, Jay. One moment, D. Who's next?
Okay.
One moment. Thank you, D. D's on mute.
I think that he was the latest person up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can you give us your ethnic group, please? The one who just, yeah.
Can you guys give me a chance?
If you could give us your ethnic group. Do you understand what an ethnic group is, or you just needed a moment? Okay, I don't know what that's about.
I think
You needed a moment.
I think
Yeah.
he's in a spaceship, and I don't
He
think he
was
can unmute
yeah,
himself.
he was on the panel a little while ago, so he's coming back up.
Yeah, he's Ethiopian.
You.
Can I say something about the comment? This guy, me and you,
Sure, because
real
I
quick.
didn't read
Okay,
the
thank you.
answer.
Thank you. This guy in the comment keeps saying like half of America is Mexico's, and it's like, bro, y'all lost the war. Get over it. Like, it's so funny to hear Mexicans say that. It's like,
I
this
am
is half
tired of
our
hearing that
country.
shit.
We own this. We own this. It's all right, bro. Cool. I understand it. Get it back in blood, then. Get it back in
Let me
blood.
give you a
But you
little
ain't never gonna
background
do
on
that.
him. He's a regular commentator. I don't even think he comes up on panels, but he shows and he exhibits a lot of anti-Black American sentiments. And he's telling Love on Nika, right? Our Black American sister down there, that she needs to take her DNA because the Mexicans are running around saying they're the true indigenous and we just come from Africa. We don't have no indigeneity or no ties to this land because it's theirs. That's the type of Mexican down there in the chat. He even said his food is the best. And I'm like, out of the Latinos, you got to look at the Puerto Ricans and the Colombians. Because Mexican food, I had some refried beans. I ain't never having them unless I go to Taco Bell. Now the tacos are good, but they ain't no gourmet chefs or no shit like that. No, not the Mexican. And I think he needs to be reminded that a whole Dominican named Cardi B cries when you call her Mexican. And when other Latinos started chiming in, and I said, well, what's the problem? They said the Mexicans are the N-words. It's like calling them the N-word. So, I mean, you over here thinking you exerting some dominance under Mexicans, and nobody likes y'all.
Yeah, calling them Mexican is not calling them the N word. That's crazy work. And then on
Yeah,
top of
that's
that, it's
crazy. I
because
don't agree with it.
yeah,
True, though.
it's not true. I mean, it's because
Yes,
all
it is. They all get
yeah
mad, which
yeah they
tells
get
us
mad
what the
because
hierarchy of
no
the
they get mad because
Latinos
all
are.
Mexicans think they're better than all the other Latinos,
But they're
and all
not. How
Latinos
are
hate
they
Mexicans for
better?
that. But they just
What?
think they're better than the other Latinos. It's kind of funny.
No, they
It's like
don't. How
you're
do
so
they
better,
think they're
but you think
better based on,
I
like, what's your evidence?
okay. Well, I'm going to give you some of my background. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I lived
Hmm.
in Texas my whole life.
Okay.
Um,
And I'm from
grow, grow,
California, and I've lived
grow,
around wetbacks my whole life.
that's funny. Growing up here,
Continue.
growing up here, a lot of the Mexicans thought, not here for the most part, but a lot of Mexicans thought they were better than the rest of the other
And
Hispanics.
who? What
Hmm?
other Hispanics are over there that hard?
Oh, we got a large population of Salvadorians, Hondurans,
Mm-hmm.
Guatemalans,
Mm-hmm.
and a large population of Brazilians, but they don't really count the Brazilians because they speak Portuguese,
Yeah,
but
but
they
those are
still,
Texas Mexicans. That's different.
yeah, I know they're way
Like,
different than California Mexicans, which
yeah,
is
because
crazy.
Yeah,
Texas
that's what
Mexicans
the difference
assimilated more
is.
because they're the earlier population. A lot of the
Okay.
Hispanic population that's out here in California got here in like the 80s and 90s, and so they're not Chicanos. They're not like an old bloodline. So a lot of the Texas Mexicans have already assimilated. That's why they think they're more superior because they feel like they
Hmm.
tasted the whitewater more longer
I
than
was gonna
everybody else.
say, seems odd, but okay, in that context, I get it. So
Yeah, and then
they're
oh,
basing it on their Americanism or their more established position in the country.
I actually don't know what it's based on. I just know because I have a lot of Salvadorian friends. They all say that Mexicans
That's what
are
it's based
ghetto.
off of.
Yeah, the Mexicans are ghetto, and they think they're better than everybody. And it seems like all the other Hispanics hate Mexicans. It's just wild. I just don't understand it. That's why I always hate when they complain about, oh, this many people voted for Trump. Like half of the Hispanics voted for Trump. Is like, well, it's either y'all all Mexican or y'all all not Mexican. Why do you care what the other Hispanics did? It's
So
crazy.
I want to say this to you, Big Boy, and to everybody else. Sorry, we have to be mindful of certain things. So I kind of want to shut that down with saying specific groups because then they'll be like, oh, HATE and speaking badly about people. But Wani did mention something that I think a lot of us didn't catch, but I heard it: a hierarchy. She mentioned the hierarchy between the Latinos. Is that correct, Wani?
So all of these groups have these hierarchies based on whether they have more of a popular culture or, like in his case, he was saying they're more assimilated. And yeah, so go ahead with what you guys were saying.
Just
Dumb
saying, I don't want to
question.
I kind of want to go to the back to the prompt, and I don't want to stick to them too much because they did that Bad Bunnies. It probably, there was a lot of Latinos in our room, and they took down a couple of our pages. Also, people were being hit with violations left and right for misinformation and HATE speech and things like that. So we got it out. They're considered the N word amongst the Latinos, and don't call a Dominican or Mexican ever. We got it. It's a hierarchy. But if he wants to come up and have the conversation, we kind of could have that. But just us specifically sticking to them and going back and forth over his comments, I'm gonna tell the host, D, I suggest we kind of pivot back to the prompt so that nobody's live goes down and nobody's hit with a 10-minute violation.
All right, I won't bring it up as much then. I just think it's
Thank
funny
you.
when they complain about it.
Yeah, me too. Like,
I just had a question. I don't think that this is going to bring cause a violation. I mean, it's really a stupid question. I should have just looked it up really. But I just want to know, like South America, like Colombia, do they consider themselves Hispanic? That's all I wanted.
Um, it's it gets weird once you get past like Central America, because like half of Central America consider themselves Latino, and then like the upper half plus Argentina considers themselves Hispanic. I just throw it in as like the whiter they are or the lighter they are, that's Hispanics. The darker they are, they think they're Latinos. That's how I separate it.
I just feel like they all the same people. They just migrated to different places.
I mean, they're all Spanish, black, and indigenous. So
I'm just saying based off of how they look.
yeah, it's because I actually been learning a lot of history about it. Brazil and Mexico in particular, they didn't have like like here like they like you couldn't race mix. Like it was very frowned upon, especially with white people here. You couldn't race mix. But down there, the way it worked was if you asked the church to marry an indigenous woman or even a black woman and the church accepted it, you could. So race mixing started earlier than that. And then in Brazil in particular, they thought, all right, if you slept with a black woman and you're white, the whiter you make them, the closer to whiteness they'll be. So it's okay. So it doesn't really matter. It wasn't like that here. Like here, there was like it was very frowned upon. Least I could say.
They still did it to the point of
Yeah, I know they still did it, but it wasn't as widespread as it was down there.
it just wasn't legal. Yeah, it wasn't
That too.
legal.
Raya, are you back yet? Now he's on teacup. Um, Anybody want to answer the prompt? It's a new prompt, new topic.
They're talking about that girl, right?
Yes.
It's so like again, I don't understand it. It's like you come here for a better life, and you're upset that we don't like you, or like even not even to the extent that we don't like you, we just don't want more of you, or don't want more people like you coming here, get in better positions, get in more positions than us, and it's like that's okay because we are the native population. This is our country. We lived here longer, and you get upset about that. That's like us going to your country and they putting us in positions of power, or putting us in heads of industry and different things like that. And it's like, bro, you would be mad too. Like, let's not sugarcoat the bullshit. Come on now.
Can somebody explain to me like what it is or what's going on? Because I haven't heard about it.
It was a immigrant girl, saying that Black History Month is about Africans or other Black people other than Black Americans, and she's tired of FBAs, and she wish she could just gather us all up in a room and boom us.
Good luck with that.
So into the biracials into the conversation, she said biracials have been good lately. They'll get the third week of February, and we're like, huh? But it was really from an HATE perspective. Like you could hear the HATE dripping from her. She was literally saying that, and so from what I hear, they found her job. A Freedmen's Nation is on the case, issued some leaflets. I've read it, right? And people been sharing it to me, and I've been telling people to calm down. If they're on it, then they got it. So she has lost her job, I believe, if not mistaken. And now she has issued like a sort of a halfway apology, saying that we have taught her a lot and that she didn't necessarily mean it like that. Basically, backtracking, backpedaling while still trying to double down. But I want to make this announcement. African Heritage Month or African Recognition Month, whatever that's called, is in September to October. Hispanics, who the Afro-Latinos are saying Black history is for them too, is between September 15th and October 15th. Caribbean Heritage Month is June. Is there anything else? Also, the Europeans have a history or heritage month. I just got to go dig for it. So all these other demographics, and Haitians only got a day, and one was complaining, and we was like, well, you got to beat that wonder record, 1804. Okay, boom. You got your independence. Now what? So all these people have their flag days, their independence days, or their heritage months, and they over here bothering Black. I want to say this about the diaspora. Black Americans are not a part of the African diaspora. The Africans have their own diaspora, and guess what? The Caribbeans have their own diaspora too. I'm willing to bet the Latinos have a diaspora. So if you mention the Black diaspora, we can go at that a few ways, right? We can talk about the migration paths of Black Americans in this nation, or we can leave out the pesky Liberians and talk about the Nova Scotians, the ancestors who went into Semana. Some went to Trinidad and some went to Mexico to help them out and was granted freedom. And therefore, the president was unalived. His name was Guerrero. And when he abolished slavery in Mexico, they unalived him. right? So we're not, when you say black diaspora, and if you should back FBA's or the Black American delineation movement, ma'am, if you're not Black American, why are you talking about a black diaspora? You actually belong to one of those other diasporas, but it's not ours. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I completely agree. And also, I don't think we go far enough. Just because she lost her job, lost scholarships, lost schooling, if she's not a citizen, we need to be preaching denaturalization and get her out of here. Since she take her country and thinks she's so big and bad, like you don't belong here, Brody.
Was she
I mean,
somebody from TikTok?
yeah,
She
she
is.
is,
Take
and
a Washington
I agree with
movie.
you.
The denaturalization or the deportation, right? Well, she could get both depending on her status. But I'm in full agreement with that too. They have been reporting her also to the three-letter people, the F, the B, and the I.
Yeah,
Um,
like I said, our biggest downfall in this community is our kindness, man. I'm tired of it. You want to talk mess about not only the country, about our people. It's time. It's time. Like, bro, you gotta go. I'm done.
I'm just surprised that it hasn't been more done. I mean, to say that, to make that kind of threat, I was expecting handcuffs. You know, I really was. But
they do have to investigate first, Cheryl. So it just happened, right? And so I would give it just a little bit more time. I bet, and I heard that I bet that maybe something along the lines of what we want to happen may just happen, because I hear the Liberian lady who was like, "I'm gonna tell Nigerian doctors not to not to treat y'all." Somebody said she got deported and showed the video. Now, how true it was, I don't know. I didn't research. She lost her job and stuff. I was satisfied, But if she got deported, that's a plus. But for that there, yeah, she needs to go. But I'm gonna go to the prompt. D, I see you use Gemini to make your prompts, huh?
Yeah, that's one of them. One of the.
I could tell because after a while they start misspelling shit, and then I be pissed. But then I go to markups, like in picture review, and I try to erase the misspelled word. But sorry, that's just me realizing it. So the prompt states a primitive, uncivilized person named Sandrice Grace Bangura threatens to blow up Black Americans about Black American History Month belonging to all melanated people. That is not true. It doesn't belong to all melanated groups, right? Now, because Black Americans, this is my hypothesis or my theory, knowing our history and the fact that we did, I'm gonna go to South Africa, apartheid, and we did support Nelson Mandela even when he was imprisoned up until the time he came out. I guess the relationship got a little bit eroded. We would mention other demographics within Black History Month, but that doesn't mean for a moment just because we champion the freedom of other countries or other demographics and ethnic groups that what we have created or what we fought for is for y'all. We actually are compassionate, caring people, and we do call awareness to a lot of people's plight. But if you want to think about it, Black August, not too sure how many understand what Black August is. That's when we celebrate the revolutionaries such as the Black Panthers, Angela Davis, and so on and so forth. Those days do have or enter like the Haitian Revolution, right? They enter Marcus Garvey. So there is a whole history month that all melanated folks are entered into if they were a revolutionary. I believe they even mentioned Stephen Biko and things like that. But for them to come and approach, so that's like I don't want to say a Pan African holiday, but basically that's what it is, a month that we just honor certain events that happened during Black August. So Black History Month, though, is not for them. That started off as Negro Week, and then it evolved, and we still got the shortest month. But Some of us do Black History 365, meaning Black History continues all year. So that's all I wanted to enter. Oh, Juneteenth. Yes, Juneteenth is our holiday, and the Caribbean done bumped their damn head. And so has some of the Africans trying to tether on to that. And I noticed they take their Heritage Month and put it on days where they know, well, months that they know we have days that are ours, right? Oh, I don't know if y'all watch my videos. You know, you got to forgive me. Sometimes I do stuff when I'm sleepy, so I get a little silly. Yvette Clarke, actually, one of the tangibles, well, she didn't get us a tangible. She gets us performative, symbolic, even measures. So when she was getting the Haitians and Caribbeans, their TPS funding for their countries and all other things enriching their Caribbean American community, she was the one they said led the charge for Juneteenth to be recognized. Now, some people like holidays and some people are tired of holidays. That's not to diminish the significance of Juneteenth, but we understand that a holiday we've been celebrating all our time without federal recognition becomes corporatized, right? If that's a word. And then the corporate entities start making money off of the ancestors. It's like another form of exploitation and another way to say, hey, look, we got you this, so you don't need an anti-hate crime bill. So I just wanted to tell you that if you ever compared Yvette's advocacy, like I did, between the Caribbean, the Haitians, and us, because I don't think she really primarily focused on Africans that much, that those are the type of things that she gets us. Everything else is like she blankets the term Black, and then the Caribbean and the Haitians can tether on, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to say that. So I don't want another holiday or another statue, and I've been asking everybody this question because she also was champion for Harriet Tubman to be on a coin or something like that. Do you think Harriet Tubman would want to be on a coin, or would she want us to have an anti-hate crime bill, reparations, and for us to have everything that they've stolen for us returned to us? Or would she rather be on a damn coin? So this is the problem when we have melanated immigrants advocating for us or thinking that they would be so fair and kind to us, right? That they would really get us something that we need. Now, Harry can go on the coin, but where's the anti-hate crime bill, right? So I just want to put that out there too. That's a good prompt title, D, if you don't do it, or we could both do it simultaneously because we do have different demographics. You do get a little bit more traffic in your room because I don't have my page open and welcoming to immigrants and tethers. Not me. But so yeah. So that's a good question. Anybody want to answer it? What would Harriet prefer? A coin, a $20 currency, or for her people, the ones that she would have even pew-pewed if we didn't act right, right? To have anti-HATE bills, reparations, and everything restored to us that the oppressor and their tools have taken from us.
Well, I guess I'll go first. Obviously, anti-hate crime bill, but even reparations. But even go further than that, better education for the kids, man. It's ridiculous. George, we can only say so much about George Bush and his evil ways, but man, like if you, it's so bad. I think what they said 40% of kids in the third grade can't even read at that level. That's even black and white kids, so we know it's not just a black issue. So hopefully Congress or somebody does something about that. Actually, fix our education system. But we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Or you can start an email campaign and demand your representatives work for you. Because that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
They're
Al
not
Green clown
working for
ass
me.
not gonna do anything.
They are not working for anyone. That's the part. There's no happy people in the country saying, yay, everything's going my way. No one is getting anything. And I think our discussion about tangibles should be something that everyone should be trying to get. Because if European descendants get tangibles, everybody in the area gets those tangibles. If they're able to make a politician fix the infrastructure, that helps everybody. So Nobody's getting anything, and that's the sad part. We have a lot of immigrants in these classrooms, which has slowed everyone down.
Oh yeah, that needs to be a law. If you live in America and you can't speak English and your kids can't speak English, they can't go to school. I'm sorry, they can't get educated here because that makes no sense. How you gonna slow down the whole class because your kids can't speak English? And my sister, she lives near me. She got 4 kids, and she was saying that even other immigrants, because they mainly focus on Spanish, but she was talking about some Haitian immigrants and some immigrants from, I forget exactly where, it's another black country, but they only speak French. But they didn't have time of day for them because they speak French, is a harder language, and it's like, but you got time of day for these, the Hispanics and learning to speak Spanish. You want to teach them English and slow down the class for them? Like either slow down class for everybody or nobody. They all need to learn English before they get here.
And if you're in like places like New York, I really can't speak for Cali and stuff. The like diverse cities where the classes are already overpopulated, and then you got to stop because and spend 30 minutes on a child that can't even tell you good morning, or they're gonna get ESL, and then that's taken away for resources for the kids who are legally here, right, or of the soil, and the ones legally here. That's going to take away from their time and their resources as well. So let me tell you, I think Man Dummy is going to be another Brandon Johnson. I got to put it out there. I seen a free supermarket. I'm not too upset about the free supermarket, but I want people, if you run across that video, please notice the people that's out there. And it's not really our people, right? You see some Asians, you see some other folks, there's some other folks, there's some other folks, but yet we get the most handouts. But he's saying that even the illegal alien children, since they're in this city and we are a sanctuary city, they are therefore citizens and should be entitled to daycare. Now, my kids are grown. I haven't had to deal with the school system in a while, but I remember daycare, and even as a working individual with good money, right? I had to take my ass down to get a voucher for daycare, for them to be in a good daycare. And so that's going to stretch our resources too, because where's that funding coming from?
Yeah, I'm gonna need Trump and the Republicans to for this one. This is the one thing I need them to do to turn up the hate on. I'm not gonna lie. I do not understand, especially people like Mandani. You got Ilhan Omar and different people like that. You come from a totally different country. Totally different country. Why do you want to run for political office here? And even people like Ilhan Omar is like, you couldn't even, I mean, no offense, but you're a woman, you couldn't even do that in Somalia, which is crazy. But you're gonna run and tell me what to do here? Just be lucky that you're here. And they need to make a law. If they can't be president, they can't run for political office either. It doesn't make any sense. It's so dumb. They need to change the laws on that real quick.
Sorry, I was writing a comment. Yeah, yeah. I think that we need a moratorium on all forms of immigration, and then there should be something instituted that they can't come and run into government. And even then, if they still are allowed to run in government, then they shouldn't be allowed to tether onto or talk about or appropriate foundational Black American history. They literally shouldn't. There's no reason Jamaican Yvette Clarke should be up there, us, we, an hour. And did y'all see? And she's a whole Jamaican. Her plight is different than ours. She's not subjugated the same way we are subjugated, especially in New York, which she's over a district there and needs more immigrants to keep her seat. But here's why I'm really going to double down on that. Did you see when a white reporter told her that Black Americans at a rate of 76% support the SAVE Act? The SAVE Act is a voters act reform bill where people will literally have to show ID when they're registering. And she went to talking about, I don't believe that. And she was like, man, Black America, I don't believe that's stats, but even if it's true, we believe that it violates civil rights. She's using a lot of civil rights, us, we, and our, and she wasn't really impacted or fought for those civil rights. So I'm getting sick of her.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Martika
I'm
saw
sorry. Go
that.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just
No,
acknowledging the
no,
comment.
no. I was gonna say like it's just like when you had the other guy up, but he agreed with some of the things. So he may be a traitor. It is what it is. But I can't stand immigrants, especially black immigrants, and they do this a lot. They'll use our plight to attack white people.
They not
Which
black. Stop calling them black. They not black.
I'm
Melanated. We
sorry.
call
Yeah,
them
I know what you mean,
melanated
but
or
dark skinned people,
Afro-descendant. One moment.
melanated people.
Big boy, if you say Afro-descendant, we get it because they're literally Afro-descendant. So are the Caribbean.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Afro descended Africans. They'll always complain about white supremacy and how bad it is. But again, you moved here. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Like, okay, I understand you came here for a better life, but you gonna complain about the people who's in power? You knew they was in power, and then you were working in their system for what? To destroy it? It doesn't make any sense. You coming here to work in the system to destroy it for what? You came here for a better life. Why are you trying to destroy? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Just say you here for money, and I'll be okay with that. It makes no sense, man.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end it right here. I appreciate everybody that spoke. Thank you.
You too. Everybody have a blessed night, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Something.
Good night.
Thank you for having me up, D. I appreciate
Yep,
it.
no doubt. All right,
There
y'all.
you go.
Peace. Thank you. Peace.
No problem.